Okay, so we're gonna get started with our game tonight. So this is our giving week here at 20 Sides Every Story, and we're gonna be playing a lot of charity games this week. I get to kick it off, and per usual, I'm kicking it off not ready. So we are getting a little bit of a late start and jumping in to do some gaming. So you'll notice something about the characters that we have on the screen. Today is going to be a little different than our usual fare. We are playing a new game called Mausritter. So this is actually a game I did a Kickstarter for this adventure, and it is something that's I've never played before. Our players have never played before, and we have all barely read the rules, including me. So what's going to be happening is we're going to be having a lot of fun learning how Mausritter works. Completing an adventure. So I'll set the stage for the adventure, but a couple things about the game for tonight is this is a charity game. So first of all, normal experience stuff is not going to be applicable. You can't use your channel points today or anything like that. Wouldn't even make sense for the game anyways. What we're going to be doing is donations. So if you check out the Tiltify page, you can make a donation. There are different levels of donation on there. If you do make a donation, it'd be helpful to put it into the chat just to say like what it's for, who you're doing it for.
And there's different purchased a DM reroll.
Yay, DM reroll.
Add one
excellent.
To the bucket.
Add one to the bucket. DM reroll. But basically the way it's going to work is you're going to be able to donate to the players, have them give a reroll, donate to the DM, give me a reroll. There are several things that are helpful to the players, such as unlocking a Hireling. So it basically gives them a whole extra character. It's kind of like turns us into a DCC funnel a little bit. And I will more than likely up the DCC funnel aspect to this game if we all have like 7 Hirelings each. So be prepared. But you can unlock Hirelings. You can do things like give them a magic item, like a spell or like a really fancy sword, that kind of stuff. But you can also do stuff to get them some trouble. So you can throw a wandering encounter. You can create give me a reroll, and you can even, if you're willing to donate a little more, summon a giant owl sorcerer who will come down and harass the players. I'm not really even sure what's going to happen if that happens, so if someone decides to be that generous, I will put on a show and make up an owl sorcerer character. It'll be fun.
It can just be verbal harassment, verbal abuse.
That's true, it could be just verbal harassment.
I didn't scroll down far enough when I made my donation.
Yeah. My mouse the owl, I actually looked this up and created a guy and everything and then forgot about him. So he's some kind of owl. What's his thing? I want to see if I can find it. He is he binds ghosts, so he's gonna have ghosts with him. So if anyone does summon him, it'll be a battle, epic fight. Anyways, that's the game. So I guess I should also say is there is I always include some kind of wild magic table. This time around, I found one that is supposedly a little bit more, I won't say family friendly. It's a little bit more environmental neutral. So that way it'll make sense in Mausritter. So I won't have to like figure out what a fireball is in this setting. But I'll be rolling on that if you buy any of those, and they're going to be, who knows what happens. There's some weird stuff on that one. I'll say that. One of them is that little animals become awakened, which is already happening. So not really sure what's going to happen. I guess the microbes become awakened. Anyways, that's that. So we're going to get started in the game tonight, and I will go ahead and give a little bit of context to everybody. So players, this is the first time that any of you have played Mausritter, and we are going to be playing in a particular adventure called the Ember Tree. So there's a little bit of backstory to it. I'm going to give you the very minimum, and we're going to just jump straight into what is happening at the Ember Tree. And then I'll let you all introduce your characters and all that kind of stuff. So the important thing to understand is that in the universe, the world of Mausritter, the mice characters actually coexist with all kinds of other creatures. So there's cats, there's frogs, there's centipedes, there's insects. There's also humans. And so you'll notice that a lot of the things that you are carrying around as weapons or like your pack items are these sort of items you've uncovered from human people. And so you're a small mouse in a very large world. Everything is big. Cats are, basically dragons. owls are liches or something, and humans are giants. Like, you just live in this world where I don't know when owl's a lich, but you live in this world that is that dwarfs you. You're one of the smallest sentient creatures in the setting, and so everything is huge, and you are a little bitty bitty mouse. In this case, some of you are several mice, and you live in a community called Brickport. And Brickport exists underneath this kind of dilapidated estate that is, owned by humans. And Brickport is this thriving mouse community underneath the foundation of that estate. And so while the humans live above you, kind of doing their business and repairing the house or whatever, y'all live in this kind of like a little bustling community of mice. And as such, there are people who are constantly looking for help, people looking for mercenaries. There are all these factions exist in the town, all things we are not going to explore tonight. But there's a lot of stuff going on in the community, and also a lot of stuff around. You know that there are, fairies that exist. You know that there are frog people that are opposed to the cat and all this other kind of stuff. But y'all are in this community of Brickport, and so we're going to open up with the problem that's before you, and I'll actually read some box text. So, during a particularly horrendous storm, an old oak tree was struck by lightning and burst into flames. Thanks to the pouring rain, the inferno quickly died down, but the fire continued to smolder deep within the tree. Several days after the storm, the blackened tree began to spew thick, lung-burning smoke beneath a scorched bark, disturbing the surrounding settlements and wildlife, including your community of Brickport. And so you all are some degree of mercenary, wandering traveler types that are in the community. You help out with problems around town. And the problem du jour, the big one that everyone's facing, is this billowing smoke that's made its way to your community that's creating this sort of noxious environment. It's also concerning to you because you know there's a community of caterpillars that live in the tree that are essentially it's like a little kingdom. Like, there's a king caterpillar, and like there's this sort of rural secession that's going on. And the fact that the tree has been damaged and you haven't heard much from them is also concerning from like a political perspective. And so you have all these different motivations, but ultimately it boils down to you all are going out to this tree to figure out why the tree is still burning, what is going on inside it, how you can stop that billowing smoke from kind of surrounding the rest of the countryside. So with that said, let's start by introducing our mice. And so some of us have already bought some hirelings. We'll actually start with Chris. You describe your mouse or mice.
Right. So my mouse is Sassafras Summerhome, and he is a test subject. He has, I want to tell you what he looks like too. He's black, and he's got war paint on.
Awesome. I should say, for everyone who's not familiar with Mausritter, what we do is we essentially, you roll randomly how many hit points you have and how much money you have, and then that determines your background, which determines your available equipment. You also roll your stats and all these other different things. And so Chris has rolled up a character with 1 hit point and one coin, and that is the test subject. So Sassafras, the 1 hit point wonder, who also has a magic missile.
Mediocre rolls on strength, Dex, and will. But yeah, he's got a black coat, and it's like a brindle pattern kind of deal with the war paint. And he's kind of just twitching, and he's nervous, and he's got a lead coat on from his test subject days. It's his heavy armor.
Nice. All right, David.
I'm David. I am playing Oliver Cheesemonger. He is a gray flecked-furred trap thief, which means he likes to rob mouse traps, and his main concern is trying to make sure everyone's okay and everyone's well fed. He's wearing rags. He's not a rich man, not a rich mouse.
Very nice. Cool. And then Ed.
I have 2 mice because I redeemed a hireling, and so I decided to bring both of my mice. So the first mouse is Heady Butterball. Heady is almost as big around and long as he is wide. He's but surprisingly agile for a very round mouse. Has a woodcutter's axe and a bow on his back. Is sort of deep gray, bluish tinge with patches of darker fur throughout. Not actually wearing clothing. He has a blue bandana. I'm going to lean into the pictures that Winston gave us for our tokens. And so he's wearing a blue cape, and that's it. And traveling with Heady is his friend Hazel Buckthorn. Hazel is a diminutive mouse, chocolatey brown fur with darker stripes, wearing a pince-nez eyeglasses on their nose, wearing a gingham-checked waistcoat, and Hazel is a gambler by trade. So she's keeping her distance and looking and watching what's going on here while Big Dumb Heady is just barging ahead.
Nice. Very good. Yeah, and that's the fun thing about this is all of the character traits too. You can choose them if you like, but you can also roll them randomly, and it's really kind of well set up to make that happen. So you get a lot of fun stuff. It's like a little bit of an improv challenge. And then Maureen, describe your main mouse, and then we're going to roll for the hireling.
Okay. Well, my main mouse is Willa Manchego. Willa is a wise and mysterious mouse. She's white with a flecks of different colors in her coat, and she has the distinction of having a cropped tail. She will never tell you how she got it. She is a sewer guide by profession, which is why she's become wise and mysterious. She's wearing a cloak, and she has a torch close by so that she can pick it up and light it as she needs to. She does have a weapon. It's a needle, and she's bound the top of the needle with thread so that she can hold it.
Very cool. Nice. I was able to, just in the nick of time, thanks to Alex, get the donations to not be on your face. So, but that's okay. All right. So yeah. So thank y'all. By the way, too, thank y'all for the donations. We're already at 330 for the community. Our community goal is 2,000. I am going to be paying attention as best I can to what is being donated, but I'm not totally certain I can tell what actually, like, what the donations are claimed for. Let's see. I don't know. I'll look it up. I'll try to figure it out. I definitely see the dollar
I've been trying
amounts.
to keep tabs on it, and Chris donated 4 player rerolls. Dawson got 1 DM reroll, and then we have hirelings.
Cool. Good deal. So 4 player rolls. Okay. Good deal. And I will say this, in the game of Mausritter, attacks automatically hit. You roll damage. So it may be wise to roll damage for a particular situation, but I'll tell you that you also roll a lot of saving throws. So you can do what you want to do with the rerolls. You can reroll a damage die, or you can reroll a saving throw, or a skill check, and all those. I don't know. There's no skill checks, just saving throws, I think. Your choice, but just put it out there that when you have 1 hit point, you may roll a lot of saving throws throughout the session. Okay, cool. So then let's go ahead and pick up where we left off. So basically, what's happening is you all, wake up one smoggy morning, and you're wandering around the estate, or I guess Brickport, and you're hearing all of the muss and fuss about, people complaining about the smog, and, you're all various degrees of adventurers or help heroes or helpers or lab rats. It's literally that you're doing your own thing, but you're kind of like an associated group. You work together. When there's problems, you get together to solve things. But the big hubbub in town, and there's a big crowd that's gathered around the front, is you see a very large creature that is covered in soot, and it is this sort of worm-shaped object, or worm-shaped creature covered in soot with tattered rags all over its long elongated body, and with little hands and arms and stuff on their little knobs. It is apparently a caterpillar, and you can see on top of the caterpillar's head is a little tinsel, a bit of tinsel on his head that looks like it's in the shape of a crown, and it's wilted and kind of smushed, and he's covered in soot, and he's just like coughing, and there's all these mice around just standing and like gaping and pointing. It appears to be the king of the caterpillars from the tree, and he's just saying, "Help, adventurers, help! My son and all my people are trapped in the tree. Please, someone help!" And he's just beseeching anyone who will listen to him. And most people are kind of like humoring him, but you see a mom with her little miceling. What's a baby mouse? Moving the mouse around, trying to get away from the caterpillar.
Oliver would be the first to run up, kind of try to, put an arm around him, ask him, if he needs something to drink. He takes out a chunk of cheese and says, "Are you hungry, sir, your majesty?"
He kind of sniffs at the cheese a little bit, and I don't think what would a mouse do? Would a mouse eat cheese? I mean, would a caterpillar eat cheese? Who knows? Probably Maureen knows. But he'll just kind of look at it a little bit and sort of sniff his nose, and then say, "Oh, well, I'll take some water," and he'll start to drink some water. Or you give him out of a mug, and say, with one of his little nubs, he'll gesture back to the tree, "Please, sir, you have to help me rescue my son, my prince."
"Your son, you say? I'd be right delightful to help you."
Good. He looks at you in your tattered clothing, and what kind of weapon do you carry?
I have a needle. It's not out. It's kind of tucked in my belt, and I am wearing light armor.
Okay.
My ragged clothes kind of over it. So, I look like I'm out and about. I'd probably survive some stuff.
Okay. He'll say, "Well, sir, I appreciate you, but it'll take more than just one. The termites have lost their minds. The tree has done something to them."
Termites? What
He'll
do you
turn
mean
around.
termites?
"Oh, you startled me. The termites, they live in the tree, and normally we coexist just fine, but they've been agitated by the heat, and they've been attacking."
I reckon if you got a problem with termites, I might give you a hand with that. I got a particular beef with termites, being as I'm a woodcutter betrayed.
Well, you're the perfect one. Just, be careful with the tree. It is our home, but those termites, you can push them out. Maybe it'll be a boon in disguise, but my son, he's the one. Please, Prince Brand, you have to save him. He's getting frantic.
Where was the last place that you saw him?
Well, to be honest, I only got out because I wasn't at the tree. I tried to go in, but it's too smoggy. He coughs a bit of soot. I don't know, but I know he's inside.
And his cough. Willa takes a little bit of water and puts it on the edge of her cloak and sort of like tears off a little strip and says, "I've gone through a lot of gassy, smoggy places before in my life. I think we should all think about wearing something like this." And she ties the wet mask over her mouth.
The Caterpillar King takes the. Are you giving him one too?
Yes.
Okay. He takes it and just like wipes his face, like just like one of his little. I don't know. Caterpillars are like little nubby hand thing, right? Thinking of like the caterpillar from Alice in Wonderland. And he just starts to dab his face, and he wipes a bunch of soot off and just drops the dirty rag on the ground. He's like, well, I'll need more than that, but I'm sure that I can find a nice bath around here in Bridport. But please, if you go, I will be in your debt. I will give each of you one treasure from the king's stash, the royal stash
That
of your
could buy a
choosing.
lot of cheese for the orphans.
Well, I will say we don't have a lot of cheese in the stash, but I'm certain you could procure some if you were to sell your item that you get.
Well, now, a treasure, is it? Well, that's mighty interesting.
Yes, and wondrous treasures. We own the caterpillars. We are very studious people, and we believe in the afterlife, a transformation, so to speak. And so we save all of our goods after we die. Amazing things, I promise. Please help my son.
There are how many of us now?
Oi, Sassafras, would you like to join us?
Hey, keep it down, Mouse. They're watching. They're always watching. And he kind of hides his head behind the lead. The I don't know, jacket they gave him. And he's like, they're out there, man. They're out there, Mouse. They're gonna snatch you up, and then they got electronic devices. They're gonna torture you and stuff, man. And the chemicals they give you, man.
It's going to be all right. It's going to
They
be all
grew an
right.
ear on my back, and then they took it off. Oh, come on, man. Let's keep her down. I mean,
We're
I'm trying to say
going
Mouse instead of man, but it's hard.
We're going to the Ember Tree. I don't think you'll find much trouble there from your past, at least.
Right, there ain't many electrons in a tree.
Okay, Mouses. All right, mice. My dudes, but just
And
keep your eyes up, because they could just come down with their giant claws, man. Mouse, look at you.
Well, if we're in the tree and it's smoky and it's full of fire, they can't come down because they'll be
Good,
not able to see you.
good thinking,
It's a perfect
Mouse.
hiding
It's
place.
a perfect hiding spot. Oh, let's go in there. Let's go in there.
Right, well, I reckon we'll get inside that there tree and you'll be safe from them claws.
Oh, how far away is the Ember Tree anyway?
Well, it's just across the pasture. A studious, adventurous sword like you could probably make it in half a day.
So we got the
Okay.
5 of us, but I reckon we're going to need at least one more.
And for that, let's roll our hireling. So Maureen has purchased a hireling. So that way that's going to work. There's official rules for this. Like, there's actually a hireling hiring process and everything. Like sidekicks, you can make little like war bands of mice. But what we're going to do is I had you all create some extra characters, and in case something happens to the current ones you have. And so Maureen has rolled one, and so Chris already has one, Ed already has one. I think it's either you or David. So let's roll randomly and see how it goes. I'm going to roll a D4.
Chris has a hireling?
I don't have a
Oh, no, Chris doesn't have a hireling. Who does? Oh, no, that's right. Just
me.
Ed. Okay. Yeah, so we're going to roll a D6. If it's a 1 or 2, Maureen, you get an extra mouse. 3 or 4, and it's David. Or 5 and 6, and it's Chris.
Okay.
All right, and it's going to be a 3, so David, you get an extra mouse. I'll bring your token on. And this is Theodore Nim. Give us the one sentence elevator pitch for Theodore.
Theodore Nim is also a gray flecked mouse, but he is a wire worker. He carries an electric lantern.
Oh, man.
Spool. He's got an elongated face, and he's a little bit mysterious in his own way. Not a big talker, more of a thinker.
Hey, feller, keep them wires away from Sassafras. It'll get him going. He'll never come down.
You gotta fight fire with fire.
Mouse,
Interesting.
keep those rays away from my face. The light's gonna sear through my brain.
So I'm having a little bit of a bug in the overlay, but I was trying to give you replace your twine with copper wire because I now understand why you have that. And well, I couldn't find it. I was going to make a custom item, so you can just ignore. I don't know. Just look. I messed up your sheet. I'm sorry. There's nothing else I can say. But we know you have wire, not twine. Just mentally remember it. Okay, so that brings us. Oh, David, where's that mouse?
I don't know. He disappeared.
Did I just totally break him? Come on, Theodore. There you go.
There he
There it
is.
is. All right, so we're gonna have this little cadre of mice. They're coming up, and again, thank you all if anyone has donated. If I have missed your donation, please yell out about it. It's I see Isaac just dropped $20, and also just let me know what it is.
That was more rerolls.
More
So
rerolls for the
8
players.
player rerolls in the tin.
8 player rerolls.
Somehow
Very nice.
DM rerolls are in a bucket and player rerolls are in a tin. I don't know why. That's
Makes
the way it is.
sense. That makes sense. It sort of seems like the opposite, but it's counterintuitive. My bucket has 1 item in it.
Because the DM rerolls cost more, so they must be bigger.
That's true. They're big. They're big, and I can use them one time. All right, so let's go and get started with our actual adventure, and we won't do all of the hex crawling stuff. Mausritter has a lot of hex crawl rules, and I'm going to skip all of them. They sound like a lot of fun, but we are here to climb the Ember Tree. So you show up after about a half day of trekking about to the Ember Tree, and let me get my camera set up so all your mice are there. And the opening to the Ember Tree is a gate. It's like this gate that the caterpillars have built into the side of the tree. And you can see as you approach this gate, you could tell it used to be this beautiful red painted gate, and it's just streaked with black soot. And the door is slightly ajar, and there's just smoke pouring out of the door. And you can see in the soot outside the gate all these little caterpillar tracks. And you can also hear as you get close enough. Well, let's see. Are there rolls for hearing? Let's see here. There's no stats like perception. Go ahead.
I reckon that's one mystery solved.
Yeah, that's right. So let's see. Something risky. If there's failure, then I'll ask for a save. I think you can just hear this. So you were able to hear that there is a lot of chaos and best described as like the din of combat, like shouting, clanging noises, people running around and yelling angrily, some yelling in fear, all through that little crack in the door. You can hear that.
Up to two DM rerolls in the bucket.
Nice. Thank you very much, whoever gave me that. Appreciate the donation.
That's from Fearless Leader.
Oh, nice. That's right. Sympathy goes out.
Right, well, I reckon we gotta get through that door, so I'm gonna go chop her down.
Well, wait.
I ain't waiting for nothing.
But we haven't
He's charging ahead
checked
and
for the
chop down the
gases
door.
yet.
Okay. So you're going to charge in and you're going to start cracking at the door?
Yep, I got my wood cutting axes ready to go.
All right. So what we're going to do is we'll go ahead and roll a save. I feel like this is a strength save.
Okay.
And this is, I believe I'm using the rules correctly. We're going to find out. Actually, we might not find out ever. And hopefully someone in the audience will tell me. Roll your strength save. I hadn't set the DC yet, but I will say that
Isn't it just it's just my strength, right? I just have to roll under my strength.
Save to make a save, roll D20. If it's less than or equal to
your
there
is a button for it.
There is? Okay. We'll honor the button.
I failed, but then I succeeded.
We'll honor the button.
If you click on the skill name on your character sheet, it gives you a roll.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, that's neat. Okay, good job to whoever made this VTT attachment.
Theodore
cool.
also has an axe. He would come up and start chopping with Heady.
Go ahead, go for it. Give me also a strength check. This is just for the roll purpose. It's not very risky, but Yeah, so I have to wrap my mind. This is like DCC rules where rolling high is bad. So you go up and you start chopping at this door. So what happens is Heady, right? Heady was doing the chopping?
Yep.
Heady, you kind of like size it up a little and you just take a big strike in the middle of this beautiful red door that's been covered in soot. And you hit it and you just crack right through and you just chop a big chunk of wood out. It's like The Shining. You just break a hole in and you can...
Well, that is
a bill
some
of
fine
smoke.
wood there. That's good chopping wood.
Yeah, and you recognize it too. It's very nice wood. Just poof, you just chopping out.
I like a good chopping wood.
Theodore, you go to follow suit, but what happens is when you hit the door, you hit the axe kind of like just isn't quite the edge alignment. It's not quite there, and it kind of scrapes against the wood and just peels off some of that paint or whatever, probably some kind of like berry stained wood or something like that. But as you do that, the door sort of swings a bit, and you realize that while these are big doors, they're not locked, and you could just probably open them. But you've now chopped a huge chunk out of one of the sides.
Well, where's the fun in that anyway?
Theodore
There you
kicks
go.
open the door now that he sees that it's not secured.
Well, sure, if you want to do it the easy way.
And no save. No save necessary. Cool. So yeah, so you've got a nice big chunk of wood. If you want to take that with you, you can add
Good
that to
job,
your
Teddy. You
list.
got that sucker right open.
He
And,
doesn't walk inside though. He kind of hangs back once it's open.
so you kick the door open, and this billow of smoke just gets released out partly out the hole that Heady has made, and just it pushes through the gates and just initially just overwhelms all of you. Go ahead and give me everybody a Dex saving throw. Oh, not Dex.
Strength,
What do
Dex,
you
or
have?
will?
I guess strength. Let's say strength. I'm not sure if that totally makes sense, but we'll go with it.
Heady has failed. Hazel has succeeded.
All right, so let's see who all failed. We got a fail from Heady. We got a fail. That's it. Is Heady the only one who failed?
failed as well.
Oliver failed.
I was looking at strength, not the word failure. Yep, Oliver failed. So both of you are going to have disadvantage in your next roll. Just keep that in mind. As a bit of the smoke comes rolling in to your lungs, and you just, just coughing.
Oh, that'll wake you up.
Exactly. And so you're definitely feeling it.
I don't know
So-
if my ears are ever going to stop watering.
Time out. My roll up.
What's that?
So my roll didn't show up.
Oh. Well, there are like 7 characters right now, so I didn't even notice. Yeah, you rolled and show up. Try it again and see if it'll go through. It might be a lag thing.
It first opens a window on the screen that you have to then click roll on.
Right.
There you go.
There you go.
Okay.
All right, so Willa, you are also hacking up just a bit.
Even with this rag on my face. Oh my God. I told you have to watch out for the gases.
Oh, you know what?
well-
You did have a rag. Give me an advantage. Roll again. You should have advantage on that check.
Okay.
Heady remembers you mentioning the rag, but didn't follow through on that.
Okay, let me do that one more time.
Because you definitely did state that you're going to keep that.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's my fault. Completely forgot.
Okay, so
And I don't know what advantage is advantage.
Yeah, it's just 2 rolls, and you can
Got it.
choose what you need.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna give it to you, Maureen, because I think that it's hard. It was my bad for not calling on the rag. And yes, that the 5 is the lower number. You want the lower number? My brain's gonna melt playing tonight. The lower number's good. So your rag is covering your face, and you're able to like deal with the soot. Maybe it hits you in the face. You didn't like dodge or anything, but you have that rag, and it helps you out. So That said, the smoke is billowed out, and now it's still a bit hazy in the room, but you don't feel like you could probably breathe it now that it's like you've let out this big gust, right? And you hear in the city, in the Caterpillar main city, just chaos.
I got to tell you, I'm a little disappointed in our in Majesty there, where they didn't think to like just open the door and let smoke out.
He probably slammed the door shut.
That's some pretty basic stuff.
Well, they're caterpillars, and they're very good at some things, but maybe not thinking too hard about things like doors. Let's just keep on going.
Are they able to see? Is it dark and smoky? If it is, Theodore would light his electric lantern.
Yeah, it's
We got
definitely smoky.
12 player rerolls in the 10. By
Nice. Yeah, and
So
feel free to
we should
reload.
probably start
reroll his
using
fails.
those.
Yeah, I should have made them a little pricier. Yes, you can turn on your lantern and it gives you sight, and it shines through the smoke. And when you do that, it's a lot easier to tell what's going on. And there are termites that are chasing everybody around and trying to. They're basically like ransacking this little town of caterpillars, and you can see there's a couple caterpillar guards here or there, and they are doing the best they can to defend, but they're overwhelmed and like clearly like scared. They're panicking, and so I'll pull a couple of termites on the screen. And the termites, I guess the best way I'm kind of imagining it is it's like a bunch of. Actually, hold on. Let me delete these termites. I'm imagining it like a bunch of like Vikings, essentially. Like they're raiding this and they're running around. They have crude swords in their hands and they're just like stabbing at stuff and chomping on the wood and like tearing it apart and trying to get inside to get all the goodies. And let me add my termite stats real quick, and then I'll add all these termites on. But anyways, what do y'all do when you see these termites?
I'm yelling, go charging at them.
All right.
I'm waiting for an opportunity to whoop up on some termites.
Yeah, Theodore
that's
would
true.
follow behind him with his axe, two-handed wielding.
Hazel will watch hesitantly.
And
Okay.
Willa's going to take out a spool, which she's got. It's a pretty big thing, this spool, because it's a human thread spool. So it's like, I've been carrying it around, looked like a backpack, but it wasn't. And I'm just going to go ahead and roll it at the termites.
Nice. Okay. So give me was dexterity one of the stats?
Yep.
Yes.
Give me a dexterity saving throw to see how well that spool. Is a spool of thread?
It's a spool. It's thread on a spool, yes.
Okay.
And so I'm just
Cool.
going to go ahead and throw it.
Got it.
And just a straight up roll.
Yep.
Why do I always get big rolls when I am playing characters who should be rolling low?
That's right. The game knows, Maureen. It's
The
like,
game
wait a
Is it an
minute.
knows.
attack? Is it an attack? Is this your weapon?
This is
I guess
an
it is my
improvised
weapon.
thing. Is it a weapon? It's thread, right?
I could be.
I feel like it's like you're performing a little like feat.
Okay.
So I will say this:
That
you have
makes
12
sense.
rerolls. You want to use one?
Re-roll that.
Reroll it.
Okay, I will re-roll it. Please, dice, be kind. Oh,
Noise.
they were.
Okay, cool. So you're gonna roll this thread and describe what you're trying to accomplish with that roll. So you're trying to like tie them up. You're trying to distract them.
Well, between the thread on the spool and the fact that the spool is the largest thing in the room at this particular point, heading anywhere except for maybe a caterpillar, and not harder than that, hopefully it will at least knock some of the termites out of the way and tangle up their legs without
Okay.
killing them.
Cool. So roll me a d6. We're going to divide it by 2 to see how many termites get encumbered by this thread attack. Oh my gosh. Okay, we're gonna say 2 of them. I'm sorry. Yeah, 3 of them. So you're gonna roll that dice, and we're gonna have 3 of these termites over here. The ones that are kind of like clumped together over here. They're like digging around in these tents and these houses, or these up here. These well, I guess I don't have pings on. Great. Anyways, just these little fellows who are scooching around. That's not gonna be great. Anyways, just. Whatever. 3 termites get covered up with this. You spool it out, and it's just like you've had this thing for like, I don't know, however long you've had it. And you've never really known what to do with it, and it just suddenly dawns on you. Oh, I can just like spool it out, and they're gonna each get tangled up, and so they are stuck and can't engage in any kind of combat actions, and they're just like rolling around in the spool. And at that point, we are going to roll initiative. I don't know.
Was there an initiative?
I don't
How
know.
do we do that?
I don't think there's an initiative.
I don't think there is. What do we just like each take a turn?
Sure. Yeah,
Let's do that.
however
Okay,
that goes.
sure. Yeah, this will be interesting. Yeah, there's no way even making counters. Okay. So what we're gonna do is we will just simply say we'll go in order of OBS. We'll do you all 4, and then I'll do some actions with the termites. So Marine, that was your surprise attack. Now you can move yourself into the town however you want. So use your imagination that the town is really right behind the door, so you can just move your character up in anywhere. And as far as movement goes, I don't know does Mausritter have any rules for that? I think it's not really meant to be like a war type game. It's just use your imagination. Just do things that are sensible. So if you feel like you're gonna don't run up the entire tree, you know what I mean? But like you can run around anywhere inside that city and do stuff.
Well, at this thing time, the thing that makes most sense to me is actually to duck behind something so that the termites can't see me and wait for the rest of my companions to catch up.
Okay. So you go running into the town, and you've thrown the spool, and now you're like, you're going to hide yourself. And as you go in there, you hear the cry of a young caterpillar. And you spy over here to your right, where these 2 termites are hanging out, that there is a tent that has caught fire. And there's a little caterpillar in that tent, and it's crying out for help.
Oh, no. Oh, I can't die.
But if you want to do anything, you can, or you can take an action, or you can. That's it.
Oh,
You can hide as an action too. That's fine with me.
hiding is my action right now, and trying to get a sense of what the situation is. I need my friends.
Okay. So then, Ed, you may move both your mice in.
Right. Well, Heady sees them tied up, fellers, and he's going to go clock them.
All
That
right.
looks like easy pickings.
So in Mausritter, attacks always hit. So what are you hitting with?
My axe, 2-handed.
That's really high damage. So you come in with that axe, and you
Do it tied up, feller.
it's an enhanced attack. So what I was going to say is you can roll a d12. But
right.
I mean, you can keep the 7. It's your choice. You can roll d12, or you can keep the 7.
Well, there is like I can tell it to enhance it. Let's see how that works, just for the experiment.
Yeah.
I did way better without enhance.
You did. That's always the risk of the d12. I'll keep the original. That was just kind of more of a mechanic thing.
Yeah.
So what's going to happen is you're going to come in there, and you're going to hit this termite, and you immediately knock out its hit points. And then you do over damage to its strength. So you chomp into the termite, and you hit it real hard. I guess like we're in Mausritter, and it's like cute and all, but like you're chopping a termite up with an axe right now. So
That's right.
you're just
I hate these
chopping
sons of bitches. You know how much fun it is to chop a termite eating log? It's no fun at all.
Yeah, just you chop right into this thing, into its
Take
stomach,
away
and
my
then
livelihood.
it's going to make a strength saving throw. And it does not have advantage. It fails and goes unconscious. So it's out of the fight. Yeah. Okay. Cool. That is your action and your move. You can use your hireling mouse as well.
All right. Hazel is not as dumb. She's going to move up and she's going to pick up a rock or something and throw it at this the one that's out in the open there.
Okay.
So I'm going to roll an improvised for her.
Okay.
Oh, she did a good job though.
Yep. And the hits, again, every attack hits. You throw this rock and you just smack her right in the face. And again, you knock out its health and do a little bit of over damage to its strength. And it's going to make a strength save. And it also goes unconscious. You just knock it flat out. It might not be so deadly after all. Of course, when it's your turn, we'll see.
Yeah.
I mean, my turn, rather. Okay. And that brings us to David.
All right. Well, as I said, Theodore is going to come running up right after Heady. He kind of wants to prove himself after whiffing it on the door. So he's going to run up to the next one and attack. Two-handed with his axe.
And it's enhanced because they're tied up.
Okay.
Yep, it's enhanced. So you've got the axe, and you could do the attack.
Do you see how to do that? If you click on the word axe on the item in your inventory,
okay. And
it brings up a roll dialogue.
Between, gotcha. Okay. Enhanced roll.
Okay, so 5 damage. Yeah, and these termites are not super strong. You drop that termite down, you chop a little into its strength. It makes a roll to see if it stays awake. And it does. So this termite
That's
you're
a
chopping
failure.
into.
It has to roll low.
Oh, it rolls low. That's right. Dang it. My brain sees 19 just like, hooray. So it also goes unconscious. Man, y'all are just cleaning house with these little termite raiders.
We're just kicking ass on the ones that are tied up in thread.
Yeah, right.
That's right. They're all tied up in thread. You're chopping them up. And as you chop this one, you notice that there is a young caterpillar woman who is hiding in the back of a tent, and you've freed her, and she comes rushing up and comes to give you a big hug. And she just says, "Oh, I thought they were going to kill me. I have to find the prince. He's my beloved. Have you seen him?
Flee the tree. Flee the tree. We'll get him."
All right. There's no
Just follow
charisma
the
saving
smoke,
throws.
man. Just get on out.
She says,
that would be Will.
"Oh yeah, it's true. Give me a will saving throw." Whoever was saying it, I guess that would be you, David, using your mouse, cheese herd or whatever. Course you
Winston,
tie.
2 more DM rerolls in the bucket.
Oh, nice. I need to use them.
So
Well,
you're
I
up
had a
to
chance.
4.
I'm
We're at
definitely
12 and you're
using.
at 4.
If any of these termites survive, I'm gonna have to go ham on y'all to start things
I
off.
just feel like the owl sorcerer is going to show up regardless.
You could use them to on those strength saves to see if they stay awake.
That's true. Yeah. Dang it. That's right. Okay. I don't know what happens if you tie.
It says success for me, so I think.
Oh yeah, it tells you. Okay, yep, you succeed. So she nods sort of somberly and starts to scurry towards the eggs and just, "Please tell Bran that I think her name is Fizzle. That Fizzle sends her regards." And she
Well,
worms her
if
way
we
out.
find him,
She starts to cry.
oh,
Please.
that was indelicate.
Mm-hmm. All right. So you chop up that termite, and then you've got a hireling mouse as well.
Well, technically,
That actually
that
was your hireling.
Yeah, that was the hireling. He was a little bit more eager. Oliver is going to come up and try to use his sling to knock out the one on the far right over here, this guy. But he's going to do it at disadvantage because he inhaled that smoke. So
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Oh, Heady should have been too.
That's okay. We'll get it next time.
Well, I guess that canceled out the enhanced.
That's true. There you go. All right. Now it's fully legal.
I guess I did it impaired instead of disadvantage. I guess I'm not sure how to roll.
That's how you do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. The disadvantage is for saving throws, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyways, 2 points of damage. And is it the one right next to you?
It's the closest one. He's kind of
Okay.
trying to stand between Willa and the two over there.
Yeah, you bonk it on the head and it turns around and just starts to like chatter at you. This one wasn't quite as aggressively hit. And it turns to face you.
You be gone.
It's like, we are here to take our things. These are the caterpillars, they owe us. You can see like he's crazed, like the eyes are just like lit with smoke and fire.
Oh, this is like a debtor creditor thing, huh?
All right, and then that brings us finally to the lab rat, the test subject. Chris, what is Sassafras up to?
He's going to nervously come up to this guy. Ooh. I don't know if I'm allowed to walk that far, but I am.
Sure.
And I'm going to try to keep my eyes on that lantern, though. Is the lantern on? Do you say you turned it on because it was dark in here, or is it not dark enough?
The
Yeah, the
electric
lantern's
lantern is on.
Yeah, my electric lantern, it's like clipped to my belt now that I'm wielding the two-handed axe. So yeah, there's some light over by you.
All right,
But
I'm
it's
avoiding
electric
it.
light. It's gonna freak him right out.
Yep, I'm avoiding that, and I'm just gonna take my sword and drive it into the only remaining guy on the left here.
Okay, so cool. So you do that. You can roll your sword damage.
All right, and it's only one-handed. Oh,
But he is tied up, so it's enhanced.
Yeah, it's enhanced.
We wrecked the tied up guys.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah. So this guy, you drop him to 0 hit points. He takes an additional 2 damage to his strength. Whoa, not 2. And then he makes a strength saving throw to see if he stays awake. And I'm going to re-roll this if it fails. All right, there comes one of my re-rolls. Probably should save this for like the scarier things. Damn it. Okay. I just wanted to get a turn. So you stab the thing straight through the thorax, wherever that is on the insect, and it dies. Or not dies, it goes unconscious. Technically, it's still alive. And so the 3 tied up ones are just passed out. All right. So then I'm going to do my termites, and I don't know. I think next time we'll roll like a d20 to see who goes first or something, but it doesn't matter. I'm sure there's rules for this I'm not even paying attention to.
there's not. I was looking.
There's no rule. Who cares? Just start doing stuff. It's all right. So this first termite it's going to go is the one right next to Cheesemonger, and he is going to take a bite.
Oh my!
And we'll do his attack. It's a regular attack, not enhanced. 2 points of damage to Cheesemonger. How many hit points you got?
5.
Oh, you're healthy. You're healthy. So he just grabs a hold of your arm and just starts to like chew on you, but you've been through worse. And then the other termite friend is going to come up and do the same thing because Deerstalker or that's Willa actually. Willa Machengo. Willa is hiding. So the other one's going to come up and take a big old bite of you. And this time it's 3 points of damage.
That takes me to 0.
It takes you to 0. And your strength's to 7. Oh, God.
But it doesn't. But nothing carries over to strength, right?
Oh, wait. You've got armor. You've got armor.
Oh yeah.
So I actually think that's slightly different how that would play out.
So yeah, both of them are reduced. The damage roll is reduced by your armor value.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
So I would be then at 2 hit points instead of 0.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, so the first one only did 1 and the second one only did 2.
Yeah. Okay, cool. All right, so yeah, but that's it. You're down to yeah, that's right, 2 hit points. So you're good. But these termites have just got you, and you just look over, and everyone in horror as these 2 raiders are just like, they're tugging on Oliver
I could
Cheesemonger.
use some help over here.
All right, and so we'll wheel back around, and we'll do Maureen.
Oh my goodness, look at that. All the termites are mostly gone. And so I'm hidden. And I'm assuming that tent with the baby caterpillar is still burning.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and I am, what have I got? I'm going to take my...
Save the prince. Save the
Need-
prince, Willa.
Is it the prince in the tent? No.
Someone's in there. Save them. I'll keep these guys. He's like got 2 things gnawing on his arms. Okay, no, it's fine.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and take out my needle and try and stab the termite that's grabbing at least this one right here.
Okay.
That one. I don't know if you can see me ping it.
Yeah, I can actually. I can't see the ping, but I can see the thing that you're drawing. All right, so
yes.
you grab your needle.
I grab my needle and I'm going to go ahead and try and grab my needle on the sheet and
Click on the word needle.
roll. So I was hidden. So I don't suppose that gives me any kind of advantage.
I think it more just makes you not a target, but that's okay because you did pretty good damage with it. So you stab this termite into the heart with your needle, and it will see if it stays awake. And it does! I succeeded! I made it. So it's hurt, and what's happened now is the way this works is its hit points are 0, so any other hits will automatically make it roll.
We just got a wild magic surge and a wandering encounter.
You know, I feel like we had a wild magic surge redeemed earlier. Like, before the session. But you know what? What's going to happen? We're going to do a wild magic. Oh, I should stop and say, I didn't say this in the beginning of the stream because I wasn't sure where we stand, but if we hit $500, which we're right on the edge of doing, we're going to do a giveaway. Alex is in the channel, and hopefully, dear God, will manage that because I don't know how that's going to work, but we're giving away some Xbox controllers. Damn it, I don't know what we're giving away. He told me this is my cheat sheet. Let me look at my cheat sheet. Where's that cheat sheet? Yes, so we're going to be giving away Xbox PC gaming controllers and also 20 sides swag from the Spring Tea store. And so you get to choose what you want. So if you're one of those people who's really devout and has got a lot of the cool stuff already, you get to choose what it'll be. So there you go. And that sounds pretty sweet. I actually want that controller myself, but I won't participate tonight, but next time. Anyway, so you hit that termite, it does not go down, but what has happened is its strength is now its strength is damaged, so every hit's going to continue to damage its strength, and then it'll always make another roll to see if it stays awake. And basically,
and if
the way
it
it
gets
works
to
too,
0 strength, it's dead.
Gets to 0 strength, it dies. So if you keep making your save somehow and you get down to 0, then it's game over. All right, so that brings us to the wild magic roll. So I have a wild magic table that is completely weird, and I've not vetted it very much. I hope it's nothing super weird. And I'm going to go ahead and roll on it. Actually, I'll let a player roll. Let's go with Ed. Why don't you roll the first one?
All right, what am I rolling?
D100. And you roll the
99.
99. Okay. So 99 is you... Oh, Jesus. You're going to roll on this table once per round for every 1d6 turns. So
nice.
Roll a d6. So you're going to roll on it every round for 3 rounds. So that was a very cost-effective donation.
So we do have 2.
We
We do have 2 because Casey bought one pre-stream and we just had 1 redeemed. during the
Okay.
stream.
So we'll save the one that was redeemed for later. The first 3 that you roll, Ed, will not count for the redemption one, but let me not forget. Okay. This one doesn't count either, so we'll actually it doesn't count, so we'll roll it again for this round.
Okay, so this is the first of the.
This is the first of the 3, yeah. The first of the 3 real ones. And if you roll 99 again, we're not counting it. All right, you rolled a 75. All right, so 75 on this wild magic table. Please don't be anything too crazy. The mysterious stranger. The next time you attack anyone or anything mysterious mouse in a trench coat. This is straight from Fallout.
Yeah.
Ventura is going to show up to help you. So you've got a mysterious stranger the next time you attack. So
That's
there we
great.
go. You feel like this mysterious aura around you.
That's
All right,
really
so that
great
is-
because it's Heady's turn. And
Go
he's
for it,
just
Heady.
gonna attack an unconscious termite. So Heady gives a big old war whoop and gets excited and buries his axe in the termite that's unconscious at his feet.
All right. So the attack will
Hate
automatically
them
hit.
termites.
I'm going to say that unconscious, it's an enhanced attack, and they're also tied up. So roll me enhanced attack. Which one was the one to your left?
Yeah, the first one right there.
And he is dead. So you chop the termite's head off, and it literally goes like chop its head off. It goes rolling, and that termite is a goner.
And the mysterious stranger shows up to do something.
That's right. The mysterious stranger shows up. I can't remember what the music is, and just like shoots this little tiny handmade crossbow. It's actually really not a hand. It's almost like it's like a rubber band needle scenario, and just fires a needle into this into one of the other unconscious termites. Actually, it wouldn't do that. It shoots it into one of the ones that's awake, and does 3 damage. And that is going to drop this one that's right next to you, Willa, down to 5. And we'll roll to stay awake. And I'm not going to re-roll that because it's 5. There's no way. This termite goes down. Oops. We're
When
not
you
dead.
put the unconscious thing on him with the like still little things around there, it kind of looks like Edgar Allan Poe
Yeah.
crazy hair, right?
With headphones.
With headphones.
I got code.
right,
So
making-
Hazel's just walking up behind. She still hasn't even come into the room. She's gonna pick up another rock and throw it at the last one that's awake. I'm thinking because I'm throwing rocks, I should probably do this improvised impaired. Doesn't that seem to make sense?
I suppose. I
Since
think
it's
I mean,
an fully improvised weapon.
mhm. Why not?
So we'll throw. She picks up and throws a rock at that guy.
All right. Well, it's enough to trigger a death save. I mean, a strength save. There it is.
But
And
he's
it
still up.
succeeds. It's awake. It'll make it long enough for somebody to kill it. So, David, it's your turn. Mr. Cheesemonger and Mr.
All
Whoever.
right. We'll see if Oliver Cheesemonger can redeem himself. Although my disadvantage because I'm using a sling, my needle is still sheathed.
Sure.
All right.
Well, once a disadvantage, it'd be impaired.
Yeah.
Because he's right on you. He's got your arm. And you still roll max damage. This will be, just like a leg flies off the termite. Like, this is probably not good for the termite. Almost, though. Almost. So the termite goes down. So you've knocked all these termites unconscious except for the ones that you murdered, or the one you murdered. But Cheesemonger,
That was
you knocked
just a
this.
start.
Yeah, and we'll say, like, whatever you want to do, Heady, if you want to keep killing these termites, they're unconscious. You can do what you want. We don't have to be in a turn order.
I hate
So there-
termites.
And I'll say, like, as you take in the chaos, you see there's that smoke coming out from this entryway deeper into the tree. it's very obvious you need to go up to find the source of the smoke, and the room is getting aired out a bit now that the door has been opened. But there's little huts and tents that are on fire. You'll notice that obviously there's the baby who's still crying in the burning tent. You probably want to attend to soon. And you'll also notice that there is a very large tent off to the left where the termites were, the 3 termites that got spooled. One of those tents is this big, beautiful gold tent that's been threaded out of silk, and it's kind of collapsing.
Well, Oliver would definitely rush into the burning tent to try to save any poor children inside.
Okay. So you go into the tent, and the child is in front of the fire. We're going to do a saving throw or take some fire damage. Give me a strength saving. Well, depends on how you're going to do this. Are you going to like burrow your way through as fast as you can and like endure the flames? Or are you going to try to like be sneaky and slip around the flames?
He's just going to barge in.
Okay. Give me a strength saving throw. And this will be a regular one now that you've gotten your... Yep. And wow, really good. You do not take any fire damage. You are able to kind of like endure it. Maybe you throw a cloak over yourself and you just, you deal with it. And you get the baby caterpillar out. It's like holding a swaddled mouseling, but it's just a caterpillar. And you just grab him out, and it's crying for its mama.
Well, he would kind of shield the swaddled caterpillar larva as he like runs back out by everybody else.
Okay. How about the rest of you?
Well, I'm real busy dealing with these here termites.
Yeah, and so you don't have to even roll because hits are automatic, and also they're unconscious. You're just systematically going through and just killing them, ending them. So no problem.
You get chewing up my wood.
This is getting very dark. All right, how about the rest of you?
So
I hate termites.
The gold tent is up by where the deadhead termites are.
Yeah, and you can see that it's clearly some kind of like royalty tent or something like that.
So I'm going to, seeing that obviously that the baby seems to have been saved and no termites are attacking over there, and I'm not interested in running into a burn. Come on over behind the dead termites and use the edge of my needle to sort of like poke at and see if I can get into the tent. Is there an opening to the tent? Is it on fire?
The tent is just there's an opening, so you can lift the opening to see what's inside, and you see inside a hammock you see one of the guard caterpillars. He's kind of like burrowed into this hammock with the helmet over his face. He says, "Who goes there? Who goes there?" And he like rattles out and like grabs a spear and pretends like he's doing something officious.
Okay. There are termites out here, and what are you doing hiding in there? Please come out. We found a baby caterpillar. Not sure which baby caterpillar, but none of us really know how to take care of a baby caterpillar, and somebody should be taking charge. Is it you?
I'm guarding the tent.
Did you see that one's head roll?
Termite's head rolls in front of the tent. He's like, oh. He stabs it with a spear.
Theodore was planning to investigate that as well, so I imagine him kind of right behind Willa, and he would hold up the lantern, kind of look around and say, "We saved the prince's betrothed. Fizzle is outside. Maybe you should take the prince there as well."
He 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 says, "What? Fizzle? Fizzle is not the prince's betrothed. She's just one of his handmaids that tends to him after hours
What?
when he's not feeling well."
Is the
Regardless,
prince a baby?
All kinds of sexual intrigue.
it's not our place to
I'm not
question the
going back
ways of
out there.
caterpillar kind.
Well, I thought the baby might be the prince, but I guess not. I mean, the king wasn't very
I
specific.
don't think that baby's having
Didn't say
sex.
It's not our place to question the ways. Maybe their maturation period is much younger than mice. It's not our place to question.
Yeah, I don't rightly know. That could be.
They don't really stay caterpillars very long. They go through that transformation.
Look,
that-
I need to
is that
go
what
now.
y'all call it?
You said there was a baby. I'll go tend to the baby, and he just like wiggles out of the tent. He's extremely uncomfortable with the conversation in every aspect. And you will see that in the tent there is a treasure. So we're gonna roll on the treasure table.
Y'all know if that's true? Do baby caterpillars have lots of sex?
None of my research has been in that area, and
That's weird. That's weird, man. I'll tell you.
I don't have a treasure table. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna look up how the treasure table works. It says roll on treasure table, but I was hoping there was one in here. There is not. Where is the treasure?
Is there one in the PDF?
Yeah, there is. I think.
Oh yeah. Okay.
There it is.
Roll
Useful tables.
D20 twice.
38, page.
Page
I'm in
38.
the-
Oh, I see it. Yep. So, since it was a combination of you, let's give it to Chris. Roll me a d20 2 times.
All right. Where's my 20 thing? Where's the dice? Shouldn't there be
It's on
like
the it's on the bottom. I only put in the dice tray, so it's in the bottom of the chat box
I
on the
see.
far right. You see it? Yeah, I forgot to put in the other one.
So
First
first
one's a
one.
4 and 12. I guess you. What do you add them together?
You're rolling multiple times, and then you roll an additional time if each of any of the questions are answered yes. So if it's a former mouse settlement, castle, or dungeon, that's an extra roll. If it's a highly magical area, that's an extra roll. If it was defended by a great beast or devious trap, or if the mice overcame great adversity to find it. I don't think any of those things are probably true.
No.
Nope.
So just
And-
two rolls.
So do you get 2 treasures? Is that what they're saying?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Well, you roll for a valuable treasure. Son of a gun. Okay, roll me a d6, Chris.
We're gonna get to the bottom of this.
And you also found a bag. Roll me 2
Come on,
d6s.
cheese. Come on, wheel of 5H cheese.
You got a polished diamond, you thief.
Wow.
You're robbing the caterpillars. And you also found 300 pips.
Oh, wow. Is that
You
party or for him?
You can spread it out however y'all want to handle, but this big shiny diamond that's just sitting in a pile of pips. And you're just like, I mean, we could just take it. Like, the termites could be blamed for this. No one would know.
We
I
could take it
probably
back
would
to
have
the
burned
king.
up otherwise.
Well, that's
Mhm.
true.
We were told we could pick a treasure each, so we're just getting an early start.
There you
Yeah,
go.
you don't think this counts against our total, do you?
Well, depends if we tell them, I guess.
Well, if we bring it all back with us, then we can go ahead and say, this is what we found.
Or we could not say that at all.
Okay.
And say,
We'll just
Hey,
hold
hey,
on to it
Mouse.
for now.
we did it, so we gotta like do pick of our treasures, right?
Hey, you
Well, that's only
mices.
2 treasures. We need 4 more.
I wouldn't touch that diamonds. That's they like diamonds. They would come down and take you and do all kinds of crazy stuff. Put that lamp in your brain, man.
Right, best we hide that diamond away then.
Yeah.
I think that's a good idea. I'm going to see if I can't pick up my spool of thread, and I'm going to go ahead and take my needle and slash whatever threads are tangled, pick up my spool.
Yeah, you'll get your spool. Let's say half your spool.
If at any point the light from the lantern goes into the diamond and starts shooting lasers anyway, I'm gonna lose my shit.
Roll me a d20 and on a 15 or a 15 or higher. That happens right now. Right as you're complaining with the diamond. Close. Did not happen,
Oh, sad.
but very possible. It could happen in the future. So you've cleared the area. You've rescued the babies with the guard. You're hoping that caterpillars don't mate at young ages, and you move on through the town. And there's really not much left of interest. There's lots of strewn debris. There's signs of struggle with the termites, and you find this opening that leads up into the tree further.
Oliver would have kind of looked in all the other tents to make sure there's no like injured or other caterpillar people that need help.
Yeah, and I would say, like, you'll see that it's a mix of. Sorry, I'm trying to kill this caterpillar. I mean, this termite. That there's lots of panicked people and guards. No one was trapped. They're all just kind of like regrouping that you've routed the termites, and they're thanking you and making for the exit. And they're just like, save the tree.
Well, I suppose we better venture forward.
Okay.
All right, well, let's do that then.
So you move higher up in the tree, and as you come out this opening, you see these like winding tunnels. Or I guess you don't see the whole extent of it, but you see there's like these. It's like a tunnel burrowing out of the tree from the wood, and it's obvious that these are termite tunnels. And as you make your way in, you realize that they are pretty narrow. There's no lighting, very little lighting. You're all the twists and turns make your torch and your lantern not super useful for predicting what's going to happen, and it's confusing to you. Does any one of you, for some reason, have a particular knowledge of winding tunnels?
Well, I'm a sewer guide, so I think that qualifies.
You're a sewer guide?
That is exactly my yes. That's my background.
That's a lucky.
I'm a sewer guide.
So what we're going to say is you will be able to potentially give some guidance for like how to handle this. You don't know these tunnels, but you know like the types of things to watch out for in tunnels, how to keep your bearing. But you're going to have to make a roll for getting lost. And so give me a will roll with advantage.
Ooh.
Hazel will speak up and say, I imagine if we were to mark the tunnels with a bit of etching, we'll know at least if we've been down this way before.
There's also that spool of thread. And he nods over at Willa.
That's some wisdom.
I don't like tunnels, man. They used to do these mazes thing on chemicals. We're having a chemical flashback right now, Mouse.
Yeah, and the tunnels are really narrow and they're very spooky. It makes the shadows show up odd, and it feels alarming to you. It's distressing.
Well, it's a shame you don't have that ear on your back anymore. You might have heard them coming.
So
Yeah,
with that will check,
Let's have some cheddar. This might help you feel better.
Are you offering that to me?
Yeah.
Well, thanks, Mouse.
All right, cool. So combination of the intelligent marking and the will check being an advantage with the history, you're able to figure out like these tunnels decently well. You will maybe make a few wrong turns here or there. It would have been helpful to have a guide, but you slaughtered the guides. It's okay, they're bad termites. However, as you take a turn through the area, we'll say I'll move you all kind of here. Put yourself in order how you might be. We're gonna sort of theater of the mind this, but just do me a favor and like who's the first in the tunnel? It's like a mouse wide tunnel.
Well, I'm wise, but not brave or reckless. So I'm hoping that somebody brave or reckless will go before me.
Well, I'll go in front of you, but you got to tell me when to turn.
Okay, I can do that.
Otherwise, I'm just going to carve right through the wall.
I would
Yeah,
say
no, but that will
Theodore
hurt the
would-
tree.
Theodore would be
I
next.
know. I'm going to cut that
Okay.
one.
Have his electric lantern to kind of help them see.
Okay. So you're making your way down this tunnel and you feel like you're going the right direction. Like you feel like it's getting hotter. There's more smog. And maybe because of that, you were caught a little bit off guard by a little troop of termites that are, what did I roll? Rolled 4. That are coming down the tunnel. And they're also coming single file. They're about the same size as you, and they catch you, and they basically bump right into you. And
I hate them termites.
Don't hit them yet. Can we try talking?
you can try. They look panicked. They look like they're trying to leave. And I will also tell you, as this is happening, the wandering encounter comes up. Another troop of termites comes from behind. So they come filtering in, and it's like they're like all sort of panicking and trying to get out. You guys are sort of in the way on both ends of this tunnel, and they don't even seem like they're very clear about which direction they're going, and they're just panicking. And they're like, "Out of the way!
Talk
Why are you in our
fast,
tunnels?
Doug.
What did you call me?"
If you want to talk to these fellas, you better talk faster. I'm going to start chopping.
On the back side of the, it looks like Oliver might be near one of them. He would certainly like make way and let the termite pass if it didn't look like it meant any harm. Oh, pardon me. Are you leaving then?
And so the termite kind of like pushes up against you, and what you can tell is happening is the termites are lost, even though this is their area, because the smoke is like kind of enraged them a bit, and they're actually trying to go towards each other, and you're in between them. And so they're like, "Out of the way!" On both sides. Move.
Oh no.
We're a little stuck here.
There is a side tunnel. I can feel it.
Appear to be an impasse of the literal variety.
Please, just move. We need to go. And the other ones are like, "Out of the way!" And they're just like yelling at you on both ends, and they're just
Right, you
getting
understand
angry
this
and
is
angrier.
Can you
logistical
squeeze past
impossibility.
us? Can they squeeze past us?
No, they're wanting you. They're both wanting you to do contradictory things, because you're a pretty large group of mice. Like it's 6 mice in the tunnel wide, and you're just like all you hear is just like shouting and yelling, and like people are just fighting, and they're just trying to get at you from both ends.
So I can't tell because the termites are kind of against the wall there, but is there a cross
I think that
tunnel
goes
over
under.
here?
Yeah, they're
Or
kind
is
of.
that
It's a little bit of just an illustration of some of the idea of what's going on with the tunnels. We're sort of theater of the
Okay.
minding it. I'm imagining like it's sort of like y'all are just, maybe if
With
you
one single tunnel?
yeah, kind of like that. Just imagine. We can scooch up a little bit to get like the full effect. That you're like you've committed to a tunnel, and you're very confident based on your knowledge as a sewer rat or whatever the heck you are, that you're pretty confident that if you keep going the path that's north, that's going to spit out closer to the top of the tree where the fire might be. And they're yelling at you, so they're getting agitated.
Right, talk or chop. You're running out of options.
Hey,
Well,
man, you can't like own a tunnel.
And they're like, "That's it."
If they
And they're
step
gonna,
in,
all right, so we're gonna go ahead and they're gonna take a bite. So what's gonna happen is this: they're just gonna open with an attack on the front mouse and the back mouse.
I was waiting for that.
So whoever's in the front, who is this?
That's Heady. Yeah.
Heady, you're gonna take 5. You have some armor on, right? Or no?
Nope. No armor.
Okay, so you'll take 5. Just this big, just bites right into you.
So that's 2 points of strength damage.
2 points. It's the time for the reroll.
Yep.
Oh, look at that!
Oh.
Nice.
No termite's gonna be the end of Heady.
And then the other one is Hazel.
Yeah, is that your other mouse?
Yeah.
Are you talking about the second one in line?
No, the one in the back.
The very
Oh.
very last one is Hazel.
Oh no.
Hazel the gambler. She gambled wrong. Okay. Oh, I need to roll the attack. Sorry.
No.
Yeah, I was like, what? Well, how are you doing? 4 points. Hazel, how many
All right.
points you got?
6.
You're good. Oh yeah, Hazel's flush. So you take those 6 points of damage, and then what we'll do is
It was
2
4
things.
points, right? You said 4?
Yeah, 4 points. Sorry.
Okay.
You take 4 points of hit point damage, and what we'll do here is 2 things. 1, magic table. So Ed, you rolled on the magic table and got 3 rolls. Basically, you've used 1.
Yep.
Roll me another one. I was gonna say that's under
98.
99. I'm discarding it.
98, close.
Now this is good for you. So Ed, you have a theme song. Everyone within 30 feet of you automatically adds a 1d4 every time they roll d20 for the next minute. That doesn't even make sense for this game. What we'll say is we'll say a 1d4 on damage rolls for the rest of this encounter.
All right.
And what's happening is
Heady starts singing Barracuda.
Thanks for the raid. I'm Butterbean.
so hey, thanks for the raid there. I didn't even see who it was yet. We are playing some Mausritter. This is a charity game they're playing tonight. We're playing Mausritter just for the sake of like raising some money. If you want to donate to the charity, you can. You can buy rerolls. You can buy an owl sorcerer that conjures ghosts and can come attack the players. Right now, what's happening is the players are climbing up a tree with some termites, and the tree is on fire on the inside, and something magical is happening. And in fact, so magical that one of the players has developed a theme song that is magically boosting everybody else. And I will say that is actually narratively relevant. You're just feeling like there's something mystical about this tree, as that magic just seems to infuse you with some good vibes. And then it'll not be on to the players, and we'll do this the same. We'll actually go in reverse order. Chris Jones, you're first. What are you gonna do?
So my guy's like, this is a jam, listening to Barracuda. And he's going to magic missile down at this guy. How do I do the whatever, this guy?
Yeah, yeah. The pings are broken. I don't have it set up right. So magic missile. This is our first spell that we've cast in Mausritter ever. And
so he's like nodding his head, and he has to like hold out the tablet that has the spell on it. And he's like jamming, and he like reads the spell, and then he's like, silly fool.
the Barracuda music fuses through. Are you casting 1, 2, or 3 pips?
Barracuda.
So like, if I cast 2, that means I have 1 for later.
Yeah, and only if you roll badly, you only spend a point if you roll a 4, 5, or 6 on the roll.
Okay.
So in theory, you could use all 3 and save them, but probably don't want to do that.
I will do just 1 for now.
Okay, so roll. I don't know is there a way to roll it from your sheet?
There is.
Okay, let's see what happens. Maybe it'll do it for us automatically. That'd be really cool.
Poof.
Ooh.
Okay, so total damage is going to be, you're going to do 5 plus 1 damage to creature within sight. So which one are you hitting with that? That's 6 points of damage.
It's the guy that is kitty corner with Hazel.
Okay, so he'll take 6 points of damage, and you know these fellows already. Hits him, and he is going to.
Oh, plus the D4 damage, right?
Oh yeah, that's
From
right. Plus the D4
Barracuda damage.
from the Barracuda. Go ahead, give me the D4.
Yeah.
Okay.
9 damage.
8, 9.
9 damage to a termite. And oh wow, it would have saved had it not taken the Barracuda damage. So this termite goes unconscious. The magic missile just streaks through the air, and why is it not? There we go. And just cracks into its head. It just goes unconscious and bumps into the 2 termites behind it, and then it's just a frenzy.
All right. So what happens with losing my pips or my dots?
You lose 1 dot on it. I wish I knew which
high?
mouse everybody was. I think it's already marked. Does it mark it for you? No.
How much power did you invest?
Sassafras is the one with the hat right here.
Got it. So it didn't mark it for you for some reason. I don't know why. Oh, you can click on it to mark it. Yeah. So you used up your magic missile. I don't
Used
think
one.
You used one. Yeah,
charge.
sorry. You used 1 charge in magic missile.
And I love the recharge. I didn't see that. To recharge it, you have to drop it from a height of at least 30 feet and touch it again within 1 turn.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that's an interesting one. I don't know how that's possible.
By also dropping 30 feet.
Yeah.
Or running down a tree.
I mean, can I have my buddy drop it?
I don't know. Maybe. All right. So, okay. By the way, y'all, I realize we all need to go back. I had to interrupt everything. The weapon usage. I remember there was something to that. After a fight, everybody rolls a d6 for each item that they use during the fight, and then if it's a 4 or 5 or a 6, you mark it. So let's do that right now. Everyone, roll a d6 for your weapon that you used. Okay. So
Heady's
Hazel
axe has a mark.
Yeah, Hazel, your axe is a
Mine
mark.
does not.
Hazel just threw rocks, so she doesn't have anything.
That's true. She did. That's smart. Okay, cool. And then Theodore, you had the lantern. Every 6 turns, that gets used up a pip. So I'm going to guess that you probably used it for 6 turns.
Okay.
Yeah, because like going in and then doing the fight and everything.
Yeah.
So he's at 1 point. Okay. Anyways, that's
the
it.
Second 3 from Theodore was actually the sling of Oliver. Oliver's sling.
Got it. Yeah, that's what I figured. I figured something like that. All right. Cool. Thank y'all for stopping by the way. I think Rusty Tonics.
Is there a mechanic for repairing it?
I don't know.
Or do you have to do that like in between adventures? Like your downtime?
Yeah, probably downtime. Oh no, yeah, you can clear the dots for 10% of the cost of the item.
Okay.
Wait, I don't know. I'm reading that wrong. But
it would have to be during downtime. You got to pay somebody.
yeah, and I'm sure we could also be creative too if you're like, figures, if you have some background or something. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on and move to David. It is your turn with your 2 mice.
All right. I don't know that Theodore is going to be able to hit the guy on the other side of Heady
Mm-hmm.
with his axe.
Heady's a round boy.
Yeah.
Don't call me Butterball for nothing.
So I'm not really sure what he can do.
And you can be creative too and
Yeah, I
improvise
think-
things and stuff
I
like
think
that.
he maybe would try to just chuck a lit torch at them. I don't know if
Yeah.
fighting and throwing are 2 different actions, but
Yeah, we'll call it 1 action. So roll me a d4 for the damage. You light up this torch, you chuck it over Heady, just barely goes over
With an
their
extra
head.
D4 from Barracuda.
With an extra d4 from Barracuda.
all right.
extra. I should have like upgraded your weapons, but that would have made more sense. Okay. So a total of 5 damage, is that right? No, 2. You roll 2 ones?
Yeah.
Sure did.
All right. Yeah. So, I mean, it was improvised. You were feeling the music, but not enough. Theodore's kind of, I get the vibe Theodore's a little bit more stoic and just kind of tosses the torch. It bounces off of Heady's head and just barely singes the termite. It goes and sees the fire and it starts to panic. And we're actually going to do a will save. And it rolled natural 20. Good job, but that's bad. So this sucker is panicked and is going to start to thrash up against the termites behind it. I don't know how to mark panic. I'm just going to put this asleep. Okay. All right. So this one's panicked now, and it's like pushing back, and it's like a horror show at a concert or something where like everyone is pressing on each other. It's like terrifying, and you're starting to feel squeezed, especially you, Chris. Sassafras.
Meanwhile, Oliver is chucking a rock at the one down. Yeah, the next one after the unconscious one. Duck
Okay.
down there, Hazel, if you don't mind.
All right, and so you hit this. Oh, that's wrong. You hit this termite and oops.
And Barracuda.
And Barracuda, another 4 damage. Yeah. You rolled a 1. It succeeded. Wow. Okay, excellent.
That's pretty good.
That's amazing. That's like a critical. So you hit it and it just like knocks this termite out, but then it kind of rises back up and it's feral.
Oh,
It just starts to froth, some gross frothy stuff, and just starts to push up over its unconscious friend. All right, and then that'll bring us to Ed, Heady,
All right.
and Hazel.
Well, Heady is gonna draw out his axe, play a little air guitar on it, and then swing it at the panicking guy.
Go for it.
7 plus a barracuda. 10 damage.
It dies. You killed it, exactly. So you chop this thing, and before it can cause too much chaos, you just whack it, and it just goes down. Another bug, another termite removed. All right, so
and Hazel's gonna draw her dagger and stab the one in front of her.
go for it.
And she's gonna use the barracuda, even though she thinks it's really undignified.
2 points of damage.
So 3 total: 2 from the barracuda and 1 from her dagger.
Oh, I see it. Okay, that one also dies, like just straight up dead. So it was feral. You just like just shiv it. So far, y'all have survived most of these termite fights, which has been good. And that brings us to Maureen.
I'm going to start pushing on the mouse in front of me. Who is the mouse in front of me?
That's Theodore Nim.
Okay, Theodore, move, 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 push, 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 Heady. Maybe we can push those 2 back.
Heady's all for that. I just
Yeah,
went.
you
I
are-
don't mind moving into that space where the dead one is.
Okay. Yeah, and you all can all move, and this is, I mean, the combat's pretty loose in here right now. So that's good. Yeah, so you move forward, no problem. And do you want to like make a concerted push, like to try to shove the others out?
A push.
Yeah,
yes.
let's do
Like
that.
Strength push.
All right. Give me a strength saving throw, Willow. Because you're heaving, you're pushing, but not only these termites, but also your friends. Like it's like a conga line. You're trying to like hijack.
You're pushing a butterball down a tunnel.
Mhm. About to shoot out the other side.
Like the ball
This would
return.
be a really good time. For
That is amazing.
Yes, you
Yes!
push it, and everyone goes shooting out. It just suddenly gives way, and including the corpse.
Heady
And
just
all of
goes
you,
like Tummy Gummy from the Gummy Bears is just gonna roll up and roll down the tunnel.
Nice
Oh, that
call.
looks so cool.
And Heady, as you go rolling into the tunnel, you'll see some interesting things in this tunnel, or I guess not the tunnel, whatever this is. This is a hot sap river. So you see this boiling, or not boiling, but this like basically molten lava sap from the tree that's been just heated up from all the fire, and it's this big chasm, and the sap is just pouring out, pouring through it in this very slow moving, sticky, molten mess. And you realize that you need to cross it in order to get across the chasm to like keep climbing, basically keep making your way through the tree. But as you're noticing that, you'll also notice that in the sap, there are some more creatures, and one of them pops up and takes a bite out of the termite. And I actually need to quickly set up their stats. But it's a silverfish. It's a molten silverfish.
Those
Oh,
things
I don't
make
mind.
me
I don't
shiver.
mind them so much.
But you're not in the molten lava. You just, or the molten sap. You're just kind of like, you just sort of rolled down, down out the hole, and you're like right at the edge. But you see the other termites go landing in the sap. And that is Maureen's turn. Anything else?
Nope.
Okay. So I'm going to say that what's going to happen is the other termite that's way down at the bottom, it's going to go ahead and rush in and take a bite. And then the two that are in the sap are just going to like, they're going to die. And you can see them burning as they are melting in the sap as it consumes them. And the silverfish is doing stuff. What's going on here? Okay. I'm just adding it. I'm adding the attack. Don't let me forget that the silverfish have a special thing.
I want to know about the special thing.
Yeah.
So I am wondering if anybody did pick up that big piece of wood.
Yeah, that's a good point. Okay. So this last termite's going to come up and take a bite out of you, Heady.
Hazel.
Sorry.
It's okay.
They look nothing alike.
Nothing alike. 2 points. Did you have any armor?
No, but that is what I had left for hit points, so it is not into my strength.
Not into your strength. Your shield is gone. All right, cool. It's gonna take that bite, and then that will bring us to the silverfish that are gonna pop out. And so, how many are gonna pop out? Let's do a roll. So they're just playing in the lava or playing in the sap, and then these termites come barreling through, and you can tell by the termites' fear that this is not a place the termites are supposed to be, and they are panicking. And they are freaking out as these silverfish come in, and we're gonna roll to see how many. Uh-oh.
That doesn't sound good.
5 silverfish are playing in the molten sap, and they're gonna just wreck these termites. Just get them. Just start like ripping them to shreds, and you can see as they're biting them, they're like the termites are catching on fire.
Ooh.
And there's places to walk without sap in this cavern, right? Like on either side.
Yeah, all the white is good to walk on, but you need to cross this chasm to continue climbing up the tree from this room. But you do know there was like other tunnel stuff. You could go back in the tunnels and try to take a different route. There's like what that like electric bolt thing is, but there's one of those two routes basically, and that will. I'm just gonna say like this other termite's gonna die, right? It's 9 o'clock. Let's just say you're gonna kill it. So we're out of combat, but you see these silverfish. They're just like they're playing around in the sap. They don't look dangerous until you see them shred the termites.
I mean, I can't blame them. I hate termites. So
Maybe they will be friendly. Talk or try.
Maybe you should have Willa talk to them a little bit before we engage them. Maybe we can get by peaceably.
yeah, I haven't got no beef with silverfish. They don't mess up my wood.
Chris,
Okay.
what is Sassafras doing right now? I haven't heard from him since in a while.
Sassafras is just kind of like just kind of twitchy. He's having flashbacks from the tunnels, and is kind of just jamming to the theme music though. It's kind of keeping him a little bit calm.
Okay. Fair enough. No worries. And yeah, the theme music suddenly dies down, and we'll do Casey's wild magic roll. This time I'll have.
Wait, don't we have one more? Don't we have?
We do have one more. We'll do it the next round of combat.
Okay.
And so it'll be Casey's this time. David, will you roll the wild magic table for me this time?
Sure, just a D100, right?
D100. You guys are rolling really high on the D100s. So a 71 is going to be that's not good. So did someone take the wood with them?
I thought that our carpenter friend Heady grabbed it after he carved it out. He said it was a nice piece of wood.
Nah, I'm only for chopping. I don't carry around wood.
Oh, okay.
I just cut it.
Okay. Well, then I'll put it this way. Yeah, so your whole, so no one's carried the wood with them, that's fine. But we're gonna say, David, your character Theodore is carrying around several torches, right?
Yep.
And maybe like kind of like one of them's fidgeting in your pocket, and you reach in and you reach in there to grab it, and you're like, why is it fidgeting? What's going on? It's almost like it's moving, and the torch glues to your hand and starts to bite you. So we're gonna take a D4 of damage. Oh no, you take 4 points of damage. Oh god.
Well, he has only 2 hit points, but he does have armor.
He does have armor, and it takes away a point. So you'll take 3 points of damage,
which would reduce him to 0 hit points and then take 1 of his strength.
Yeah. So Theodore is getting attacked by a mimic. One of his torches has come to life and is biting him.
Yeah, I feel like he threw that one, and then when he went to retrieve it, it wasn't what he thought it was.
Yeah, that's right. You pick it up and it's just like it's just gnawing on you. That's why I didn't do as much damage. It was not even real fire. So roll a strength saving throw.
All right.
You may want to use one of your rerolls.
We'll see.
Wait, is that the one you hit me in the head with?
You do okay, but there's a mimic attached to your hand. What do you do?
I think he would. If he's kind of by the shore of the sap, I think he would just push his hand, like as much of the torch, but not his hand.
This is like some evil Dead shit.
He's pretty smart.
So I lopped it off.
Yeah, so you take the mimic torch and you put it into the lava or into the sap, and it just starts to like melt off, and it's like screaming and like while it's biting you. And it does die, and you're like, yeah. Very Bruce Campbell.
That was the first time that's happened to me.
You give a dirty look to your other torches.
That'll be you next.
All right, cool. So that happens, and I think we'll at that point we've got the sap. You got the silverfish. They don't seem agitated, but you do need to cross that sap, and it doesn't look very safe.
Well, can we talk to the silverfish?
You can try,
you
yeah.
can talk to anything.
Well, I've seen them in the sewers before. I mean, I've never seen them play in something hot. They definitely like to play in things that are dirty and cold. But anyway, I can at least try. Hi, silverfish.
So the silverfish, they're very distracted. But which one is this that's talking? This is Deer Strider or Willa?
Willa, yep.
Why do I keep thinking? Okay, so Willa, yeah, you call out to the silverfish, and this one that's right next to you, kind of like does like a little like jump out of the sap, and it just sort of sprays some sap around, and it just goes, well, hello, what are you doing? And just starts to like swirl around in there.
It looks like you're having fun.
What else is there to do but have fun?
Well, that's a great question. So I think it might be fun, if you're willing, to basically, do you like surfing? Do you like body surfing?
Tell me more.
Well, we could do this. See, my friends and I here really would love to cross the sap, but it's a little bit too hot for us. You guys look like you're having such a great time. Maybe it would be fun if we could like stand on your back and safely go across the sap, and you guys could have a race, and the winner that gets us to the other side safely, we'll give them a reward. All of the ones who get us to the other side safely will give you a reward, something that you can play with.
All right, give me a will save, as he's sort of pondering.
Okay.
It's like, well, could be
Oops,
fun.
Wrong mouse. Hang on.
Could be boring.
Could be boring. Could be fun.
Hey, we got another donation, pushed us over the edge. So we're
Very nice.
doing the donation for the Xbox PC controller. Get in while you can.
Please. Oh no, I want to
You
do
do have some rerolls. What was the
reroll.
We had 12, and I think we've used 1.
Yeah. So use it.
I'm using it. Please work. Oh, it was even worse.
Nope, it was even worse. So the silverfish does a little flip out of the sap and just says, I don't know, that sounds like it might not be fun, but I'll tell you what, if you can try it with me, and if I like it, then I'll let the others try. So he motions for you to jump. He's like, but let's make this a game. And he kind of wades out from the shoreline a little, and he's sort of indicating he wants you to jump to him. So the implication, it'll be a dex check to see if you can make the jump. That's the implication.
Okay. Well, okay. It's worth it.
All right, give me a dex save. And you leap. You're so lucky. You leap from the edge, and you make it all the way onto this guy. You just make a running leap over the
Thanks for
lava,
the
basically.
raid. I'm Butterbean.
And you land on top of the silverfish, and it's like landing on like I guess like a dolphin, but you wouldn't. No one knows that is, including me. But it's very slick. I'll just put it that way. It's like landing on like a slippery surface, and you start to skid, and then right before you slip off into the sap, it sort of does like a little buck, and it bumps you back up onto its back and says, "You were right. This is fun. Come on, everybody!" And the silverfish are gonna allow you to body surf on them if you would like.
Well, I ain't never done that.
Hey, thanks for the raid, by the way. We're doing a giveaway for our charity stream. We are up to 500, I think, right in the nose. Oh, no, 525. We're doing a stream for the Center for Suicide Awareness. I realize I totally might give my bit on it, so I think I'm going to do that now and basically just let you know a bit about that organization. That's who we're raising our money for. So, the Center for Suicide Awareness is a nonprofit organization that provides services throughout the U.S. and has reach internationally as well. Their work is very intentional, with outreach efforts geared toward specific groups of people with unique needs, such as first responders, veterans, rural farmers, and gamers. They also engage in training services and advocacy to help empower individuals to play a role in suicide prevention. So basically, they do a lot of good stuff for gamers, and lots of other people too, but from our angle, it's a really great service. The big thing for them that's important is they have a thing called the Hope Line, which we talk about all the time in the channel. It's a text-based emotional support service that's staffed by live, professionally trained crisis counselors. So it's 24/7 support. Pretty cool little deal. And all you have to do to get access to it is a text 741, which is, I think it always pops up in our chat to do all that. But anyways, this is what we're raising money for. I just wanted to say a little bit about that since we're at the halfway point. And also doing a giveaway. So thank you all for anyone who's coming over to raid, etc. So that said, last we left off, these silverfish are like, hey, come on, bro, jump on me. Let's cross this lava. So anyone going to take them up?
So Theodore is going to wait until at least one person makes it safely to the other side before he jumps on one.
Yeah, so thanks for all the subscriptions, everybody. That Chris Gifton. Thank you, Chris. So Willa is, right now, she's going to make it across. Willa, you can make it across if you'd like.
Yeah, Heady's going to give it a go.
I will go ahead
And
and
here's how we're going to play this. Same deal. Make a will save.
To convince it?
To get, basically, like, make it not trick you and make it a challenge.
Reroll.
Reroll.
You got 10. Might as well. Probably have more.
Woo!
Heck yeah.
There you go. So Ed, the one that your mouse gets on is gonna have it's like, oh, come on, that seems fun. Let's just do it, and then takes you across, no problem. No, it's not even difficult.
And reward the silverfish with something that it can play with.
Let's see what you got.
Not much. Let me check. I have rations, a torch, a metal file, and some thread. I know. I take some of the thread off of the spool and I turn it into a little thread ball that's dangling on a string, and I just give it to it as a toy.
Yeah, it tosses it around and then it bites it and just shreds it into pieces. And it catches on fire. It's like, that was fun. All right, so Ed, you can move your mouse over. Anyone else wanting to cross via silverfish?
Oliver would try to help Sassafras since he's always in sort of a delicate mental state anyway. He kind of makes sure he gets on safely before going across himself.
All right, Sassafras, you're going to have advantage.
Ooh,
And Oliver, you're going to have disadvantage.
Will or Dex?
Let's do will to convince it.
And is this an advantage or just the Dex will be?
Uh-oh, someone just donated for the owl. No. So
wow.
You're going to fail with advantage. I will let you re-roll with advantage. And now I've got to figure out the owl, which is going to be fun.
Just kills the silverfish while we're on them.
Oh no.
So can I use a reroll on Oliver? Yeah. I'll do it at disadvantage still, but
yes.
Come on.
So
He's going in the drink.
Well, you haven't jumped on it. This is just the will. So this is Oliver Cheesemonger.
Yeah.
So now you got to make a decision because the one is like, come on, just like the other one. He wants you to jump on him.
Oliver's pretty trusting. He'll try to jump on him.
Okay, dexterity check, normal. And you go jumping, and it's not a matter of trust. You're jumping across a molten pit, and you start to scramble on the top of this thing. But instead of it catching you, and it just can't quite make it. It's just too awkward. You go slipping into the sap, and you're gonna take D8 damage.
Oh my goodness!
Cheesemonger.
Oh,
He's gonna melt.
no.
You'll take 4 points of damage. Could have been worse.
I'm not seeing your rolls, Winston. They're all.
Oh, I hit it.
Privately rolled.
Yeah, I privately rolled it. I promise it was 4. I'm not. It's actually 8. No, but you take 4 points of damage. I put my rolls public, so you can see the carnage.
Alright.
Cheesemonger.
Takes away
That
his 2 remaining hit points and drops him to 5 strength.
did you take off the defense too?
Oh, no, I forgot that again. So
Okay.
drops him to 6 strength.
It could matter.
Do I have to do a strength save? See if he goes unconscious in the suit?
Yes. Which I don't need to tell you that would be bad.
I think we're probably going to try to reroll that.
Roll.
Yeah, I think we're going to use another reroll.
Oh,
It's
Oh
just-
no, Oliver Cheesemonger.
no.
You just see him go down into the sap. Just he is not dead yet, technically, but he is stuck in sap and he's being like slowly pushed downstream, unconscious.
Given that Oliver hired Theodore is going to run over and try to save his meal ticket.
Okay.
And in a very commanding voice, order one of the remaining silverfish to say, "We must rescue him."
Okay. Give me a will save for that. And it will aid you in that rescue. And what'll happen is one of the silverfish will think it's fun and like dive into the sap. It's going to pull Oliver out and drop him right there. Actually, it's going to drop him on the other side because that's kind of the purpose, right?
Yeah.
I'll get him over there. So he's dropped over there. He's unconscious. Just so you'll know how this works, your character's unconscious until they take a short rest. Also, he's going to take an injury, which means you are... Well, I didn't mean to give you a new condition. Shit. Can I delete it? Yes. Okay. Anyways, you have an injury, so your inventory is full, which I think that means you're over encumbered. But you're also unconscious. You got a lot of problems going on, Oliver. So you're unconscious, and if you don't if you don't address this in like basically a minute, he dies. But you know, it's basically just like go over there and help him. You'll be all right. Okay. What are y'all gonna do?
I'm gonna go over and help.
So Theodore really wants to get over there and resuscitate his boss. So he's gonna call back the one who saved his friend and ask him, like, please, I must assist him.
Okay. I'm gonna give it to you because you already convinced him, so he's kind of like having fun. He's gonna take you right over.
He's gonna grab the whatever's left of the melted gooey cheese chunk that Cheesemonger had and try to hold it under his nose, you know, trying to like almost like smelling salt, like trying to rouse him.
Yeah. So I believe the way this works in the Mausritter system is if someone's unconscious. Let's just looking at it. Oh, my PDF is too big. Let's see. They are incapacitated until tended. So I'm going to count this as tending. So you've tended to him. So he's not going to die. He's stable, right? You feed him a bit of the cheese. You know, he just eats the cheese while he's unconscious. He seems okay. He's burnt. His fur is singed and sticky with all this disgusting malted sap. And you got to be careful to touch him. But after a short rest, he would survive.
I deleted the cheese from his inventory because it's gone. So if you want to drop an injury, it would kind of fill up his inventory then.
Cool. And the way that it works for short resting is it actually is just one turn. I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm sorry, a few minutes. It takes a few minutes. So it's not during combat. It's a few minutes, and you'll restore 1d6 plus 1 hit points. So in other words, after you get across this, you probably could take a short rest.
All right. Well, Hazel is a gambler, so she's going to approach the silverfish and say, I have a proposition. I say we roll for it. I've got my dice, and I'll roll, and you roll. And if I win, you take me across. And if you win, I'll give you something shiny.
So it says, okay, let's do it. I like, that sounds fun.
So the dice, the icon looks like 2d6. So I'm thinking we're rolling 2d6.
Yeah, and these are loaded die too. It wasn't marked that way on the sheet, but this is, you have advantage on this.
Okay.
And I have disadvantage.
So I'm going to roll twice and take whatever the better outcome is.
And I'll roll twice and take the worst outcome. I rolled a 1. You rolled a 5. And so the silverfish doesn't really get that this is happening because it's, you know, a novelty, but this is your game. This is your racket.
Yep.
No problem. You're pulled across. And then finally we have Sassafras.
Who does
have
have advantage on his will because he had help.
Yeah.
It's true. Are you going to trust him?
Yeah, you're muted, Chris.
Oh, yeah, you're muted.
Sorry. Okay, just let me climb on here. No tricks or nothing.
Yeah, give me a will save with advantage. And then we'll get to the... yeah, you make it. So you make it over. And what we're going to do is you're going to take a short rest. So each of you can take a couple sips of water, take a minute. The silverfish will leave you alone. And you can restore 1d6 plus 1 hit points. So you can't restore your stats, like your strength. That has to happen over a long rest. But you can get your hit points back. Good job, Theodore.
Well, he only has a max of 2, so it doesn't.
Yeah, there you go. Nice.
Hopefully, Oliver will roll better.
Let's see. Cheesemonger.
Come on.
Yeah, and he'll go back to being normal.
Oh, 3.
3, not bad. Yeah, I'll let you all take care of that yourself. You know what you're doing, as much as I do, anyways. And you'll rest. And as you're resting, you'll see something unusual. The wall of the tree has like a little opening. It starts to open further. And kind of to the right here, I'm going to move Sassafras where this is happening, so I don't have my ability to ping. So this little spot right there, a hole opens up, and a giant face pushed through the hole, and it is an owl. Let me see if I've got this already built in.
Oh, I don't want to be a pellet.
I do actually already have this, so
And we have another wandering encounter coming too.
yeah, maybe. Oh, there's no token for this. That's sad. Okay, that's fine.
That
So
works.
the owl pushes its head through, and the owl looks enraged as well. Like all the creatures in this tree are just like kind of acting unusual. And it just says, "Where is the crystal? Give me the crystal." And it opens its mouth, and 3 ghosts come flying out of its mouth.
Go.
And I don't have any good ghost tokens. Well, maybe I do. Let's see here. You know what? Let me try to do this the right way. Actually, I tell you what. Let's do this. No, it's 9:20. I was going to take a break, but I think we should probably push forward. And by the way, y'all, of course, can take a break at any point in time to go to the restroom or anything like that. Y'all know the drill. Let me fix this up. I'm gonna see if I've got any good tokens.
I will do that.
Yeah, now might be a good time to take a little break for yourself. I'm gonna keep it up. So let's see. I probably have a ghost. Surely I've got a ghost, right? Okay. Yes. Okay. So I've got a ghost. Wait a minute. How many hit points these ghosts have? No, not 3 ghosts. That's not what happens. Oh, no. Sorry, I should have looked at this. Definitely not 3 ghosts are gonna pop out because that would be very bad for everybody. We'll say 2 ghosts. Why not? And well, I don't know. Yeah, 2 ghosts and then an owl. Let's see if I got an owl token. I was so excited about this, and then I ran out of time. I kind of forgot about it. The owl, and the owl's name is his name is Crowley. And I can't believe I don't have an owlbear. That seems like an oversight, doesn't it? I'll just give it I don't know, whatever nausea is. Oh, it's a cat. Okay. All right, here we go. Oops. And we'll go ahead and just roll some initiative. So I think what's going to happen, so basically the owl's going to pop out and these ghosts are going to come flying out. And it's like screaming about a crystal. And you're just like, dude, whatever. What the hell is going on? And let me fix the token. This is how the sausage is made, everybody. Or how I make my sausage. Well, that sounded wrong. Doesn't even make sense, but it still sounded not right. Okay. All right. Okay. So there's the owl. And I guess the owl, I thought the owl would be the bigger, but whatever. Okay. So that's it. So we're going to go ahead and have a little interesting weirdo encounter combat. I will say this. You do not have to kill the owl. The owl's face is stuck in the wood right now, and it's sort of like just yelling and screaming at you. And it's going to go first. And it is going to take a bite out of, out of sassafras. So sassafras, you're like, yeah, man. And you get pulled over and you're brought across and dropped by this silverfish. You're resting. And then this owl pops through and it's like a fever dream nightmare for you. Like the wall turned into a face. And then the face bit you. So it takes a bite and you take 1 hit point of damage.
They're always watching.
So I have the heavy armor. Oh, so I did 2 damage, but
yeah,
-1. Okay, so
your heavy armor negates 2.
So it says 1.
I think does it negate 2?
It says only 1 defense on my heavy armor as well.
Oh, is it? I thought heavy armor was 2.
What to be 2, but no.
Yeah, it's 1, but it leaves you with 2 hands free. I think is the trade-off.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you only take 1 point of damage.
I only have 1 point of damage to take.
So you're okay. You haven't taken any strength damage
yet, so that's okay.
Whew.
Yeah. And then we're going to start with Maureen.
Do we have any more wild magic that we could roll while waiting for Maureen?
Sure, that's right. So let's roll wild magic. Who hasn't rolled wild magic yet?
I have 1 left on mine.
Yeah, and that's what it would be, right? Yeah, so Ed, it's actually your turn to roll the wild magic because it's your.
All right, this is the last one of my 3 for 41.
41. Okay, so you rolled a 41 on the wild magic table that some random person put in Reddit, and
thanks, Rando.
So you are going exactly. You're going to terraform the local terrain in a 50-foot radius. We're going to say 50-inch radius. And we're going to pick the effect together. I think what makes sense to me is that, like, this owl comes in and it's just like this burst of magical energy.
Can I patch up the wood and close the owl out?
That would be too powerful. But what I'll say is it freezes the sap. It cools the sap tremendously. And all the silverfish are stuck in the sap. But the sap is also now walkable. And they're panicking, the poor little silverfish.
Well, we need those silverfish to fight these ghosts.
I think you're right.
It sounds so deranged when you say it.
I love it.
All right. So, anyways, that'll bring us back to we'll just the order doesn't matter. We'll do Ed.
All right. Heady's gonna run out with his axe and chop one of the silverfish free.
Yeah. Okay. So you're gonna do that, and the silverfish is free, and it's going to reward you by running up and getting in the face of these ghosts. And it's gonna run up. It's gonna see. It's gonna go ahead and just take its turn. It's gonna crawl up, and it's gonna take a bite out of the ghost. I don't know how that's gonna work. Whoa, it's a big bite. So the ghost takes damage. Oh my god, I shouldn't have.
You said to
ghost
remind
show
you
up.
the silverfish had something special.
Yes, and the ghost catches on fire. And I forgot to roll the
as
ghost.
one does.
I shouldn't have had ghost show up, by the way. Y'all are in trouble. Okay, fair enough. Okay, so the ghost. Actually, I guess I should save that for when it's ghost turns. The ghost is fine. It doesn't die. It just takes a big chunk of damage. And then it's Ed, your other character's turn.
Yeah. So Hazel sees that she doesn't have an axe, but she has a dagger, and she's gonna go try to carve out one of the other silverfish.
So that one's going to be a little trickier with the dagger. Give me a strength save. To work hard at it. Uh-oh.
I'm gonna use a reroll.
Yeah, it might be smart to use a reroll.
No, I still failed,
no.
but not by
Okay.
much.
So you're stabbing. You get about halfway through. Maybe next turn you can get it out. Okay, so David.
All right. So
And I should say too, there's like this, like above you is. It seems like you could climb that to get
Right.
to the top next level of the tree.
And that's exactly what Oliver is going to do. He's going to try to rally his teammates to, we must climb higher. I'll try to hold him off. And he's going to try to squirt. He has some glue. And he's going to kind of open the container and try to sling it right in the owl's giant eyes.
Okay, cool. And there was a question about these ghosts. Are they mice ghosts? Yes, because these are the ghosts of the mice the owl has killed.
They came out of the pellets.
Came out of the pellet. They hatched as ghosts. So, okay. So this is a toss. Give me a dexterity saving throw to see if this succeeds. Otherwise, it might land on someone else.
Okay. Let me cancel my attack and go Dex.
Oh,
Very nice.
that is effective. So you toss the glue at the owl. It lands on Crowley's face. It just goes right over his eyes. Like it's a perfect toss, and he is blinded. He starts hooting.
And he's going to kind of advance a little bit, but then just keep kind of trying to encourage others to follow him up, but he's not going to advance all the way. Meanwhile, Theodore doesn't really have a ranged attack, so he's just going to mutter, "Most ghosts are my least favorite ghosts," and then just kind of scuttle past Cheesemonger.
Okay. Checking the rules for climbing. I don't think there are any. Which, I mean, of course, is like there's no rules for initiative, so I don't think there's rules. So,
If it's
so you go-
dangerous, you make a check. You
That's
make a
right.
save.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
I mean,
is
we're
dangerous.
mice.
So I need you to both make me make strength checks on the climb. It's a tough climb.
Okay. Here's Oliver. He went first. You said strength, right?
Yeah. Okay.
He failed. I don't mind if he falls down.
Okay. So Oliver falls back down to the bottom.
And Theodore.
Makes it. Nice.
Cool.
Very cool. The low strength too. So Theodore, you're gonna make it all the way up. I mean, as high as you want to go. You don't need to do any more checks. Just put it that way. All right. That'll bring us to Chris.
Holy hell, man! I'm seeing things. Whoa, there's ghosts. I'm seeing ghosts. They're coming from you. I need the treatment. And he's gonna just kind of run away and he's gonna drop his sword even, and he's really just gonna full on. Oh, what did I do?
Might have the arrow
He's
selection.
gonna kind of step onto the, and he's going to kind of just turn around and throw a magic missile at this top guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go for it. What level? 1 or
I'm
2?
just gonna do the first level, although I am gonna die soon. Wait, so I have 0 hit points.
Go out in a blaze of glory.
Do I does anything
You haven't
happen to me?
taken strength damage yet.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'll still just roll 1.
Okay.
And for good reason.
Okay, so you'll lose a point off that spell. So the tablet just like hums with energy. The beam shoots out, and it's going to do 5 plus 1 damage to this ghost here. And it strikes the ghost, and it is effective. Its magical beam just pierces right through it.
And then I'm
And
gonna like belly flop onto
you
That's
land
my,
with your lead coat and
my
crack
lead coat, my lead jacket. Yep.
cracks the sap a little bit. All right, Maureen, you are up with your mouse. There's an owl attacking. I'm not sure if you saw that part.
There's the owl I saw
And
There's 2 ghosts.
and 2 ghosts. Okay. And one of the ghosts is a little bit less of a ghost.
They've both been hurt a little bit. Yeah. Why does this one say Chris on it?
I don't know.
Because his
His
cursor's in
token's
there.
hanging the other. Yeah.
What happened to the poor silverfish?
They're trapped in the frozen sap.
They're trapping. Yeah, that's right.
No. Okay. Well, thank you for bringing me up to date. I don't know where my mind was wandering. I was thinking a little bit too much. Okay. I think that I probably need to try and do something to the ghost too, but I'm not exactly sure what. Let me see what I can do. Well, nothing I have seems to be looking like it would be great, but maybe I can unfreeze the sap
Mm-hmm.
next to the silverfish. So I'm going to go ahead and bring my torch over here and try to unfreeze this silverfish.
That one's free.
This one's
That
free
one's
with all
free.
the others are stuck.
Okay, then I will go over here and try and unstick this one. And I want to use, so I don't know whether I can use both my torch, like over here to sort of melt around it, and my metal file to try and sort of like file it out.
So I'll tell you what. I was gonna give you the torch would not be a check. So I think you're gonna get it with the torch, but with the file, like for certain. And you free that one. Let me mark the other one so they know which ones are stuck. And that one gets free and immediately takes a turn, and it's gonna go scuttling after this ghost, and it's gonna just like defending its territory and its friends.
Ooh.
They are champs.
Yeah, they're rolling good. Just imagine if that was rolling against you instead, and then also catching on fire too.
Good thing we didn't go in heady first, right?
Yeah. So the ghost catches on fire and is going to die. It dissipates. You see this mouse ghost just completely disintegrate.
I think that was my Aunt Aggie.
And then it is the ghost and the owl's turn. So the owl is just going to rage around, and there's nothing next to it directly. But I'll say it's a big owl, and I think it's going to be able to bite this silverfish. Man, the owl's rolling bad. Okay, silverfish is gonna get bit. Just chomps right into the sucker. And silverfish goes down. All right, and then the ghost. And the ghost is going to not care at all with the silverfish. And it's going to go for one of you mice. And I'm going to roll a d6. If it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I'll do that order. If it's 6, I'll roll again. It's a 2, which means Willa.
Oh no.
The mouse comes floating over to the house. I mean, the ghost comes floating over to you, and she's going to do 2 things. One, she is going to grab you by the collar and like lift you up, and you're going to take 4 points of will damage. So damage your will as she starts to like freeze you in like your deep inside your soul.
Oh,
And she's like,
this is
"Free
terrifying."
me. Why did I come from a pellet?" And so you just get like this energy just like saps out of your face through your eyeballs. Just so you know, if your will goes to 0, it's the same thing as dying. Like you basically go insensible is the way they phrase it.
Okay, well, I still have will. And
You still
I
have, you got a lot of
can't
will.
do
so-
anything, right?
You're fine. Just subtract that 4 off your will. And then the ghost is going to give you the frightened condition. So she just stares in your face and you get frightened. And what that does, first of all, it goes into your inventory. So conditions take up inventory slots. And you have to do a will save to approach your source of fear, which is this ghost. All right. And then that is the end of my go. Let's go back through the order again, that direction. Ed, you're up. What would you like your
All right.
mice to do?
Heady is gonna use his axe to free another silverfish.
Okay. And that'll come out, no problem. And the silverfish will make a run for the ghost. And they've been just like rolling crazy good. Let's see if we get another. What the heck?
They did.
Woohoo!
It's 3 6s in a row from why can't my ghost roll like that? Okay. This ghost is going to disappear. Yeah, in case you couldn't tell, I may have figured this out. The ghosts are immune to regular damage. They only die from magical damage, but the silverfish happen to have magical damage. So they have fire damage. So I'm counting it as magical.
Well, Hazel is just gonna take that extra turn to carve the other silverfish out, the one she was working on before.
Yeah, and that will come out, no problem. And the silverfish is going to fly at the owl, and it's going to take a big old bite of the owl's face. And this time only roll 3, which gets reduced by 1. And the owl shrugs it off, like it's just panicking over the glue. No problem for the owl. And the owl's going to go ahead and just take a legendary action because I want to do something cool. And it's going to bite the silverfish. And
Oh!
No!
just
Wow.
snips it right in half. The silverfish, one blow, just instantly dead.
Oh!
Oh no! That's horrible.
I
Just
do
two.
apologize for freeing that one, I suppose.
Yeah.
In real life, none of us would be mourning a squished silverfish. Let's be honest.
They were fun. They took us across.
They were fun.
Hazel feels
Okay.
a moment of remorse for freeing that one to its doom.
Immediate doom. It just ran up. It barely hurt the owl and just snapped. And at this point, the owl is going to withdraw. So the owl is enraged, and it may come back in another time, but it is going to pull back. And so you have the chaos before you, and you can make your climbs. And what we'll do for the climbs, they're perilous, but at this point, I think there's no pressure. So if you take your time climbing, you can climb up.
Can I throw my twine up to Theodore?
Yes. Maybe that's a
We
good
can all
idea.
just climb a rope.
Yeah, he catches it and ties it to something. Or just holds it.
You guys saw those ghosts, man?
Yes, they're
I
in here.
didn't see nothing.
No, don't tease our friend here. We defeated the ghost. It's going to be okay now.
Heady is gonna chop out the last silverfish, so he's free.
All right, the silverfish is going to attack you.
And Oliver will. Is this an unconscious
Yeah.
bug over here, silverfish? He's gonna try to like help
Patch
him
it
in
up.
any way you can. Just
Yeah, I'll say that you resuscitate it. It has 0 hit points, but it's like okay. And
Right. Well,
yeah,
that was a hell of a thing, wasn't it?
and so you'll make your way up. I'll go ahead and move y'all up. You survived the owl attack, but it may come back for more.
And I've given every silverfish I could reach that was still alive a hug.
Oh, well, you
tell me
get
about your
up.
friend.
It's true.
They were fun.
Where is?
They didn't eat us.
I realize I forgot about the prince. No, I haven't. Okay, that's good. Okay. So you get up to this part of the tree and you see in the tree something mystical, something surprising to you. As you're climbing up, you're pulling into this room. It is unbelievably hot in this room. It is clearly the source of whatever smoldering that's happening. And the wood around it is cracked and glowing red from the heat that's emanating all around this item you see, which is a gigantic gem. And it is the Ember Gem. And you probably don't know much about it. There's no history rolls, so you're just going to not know what this is. Also, I don't really know what it is, but it's a gem in this tree that you surmise has been struck by lightning and has been the source of this fire. And this also the source of the strange magic and everything. And actually, no one really knows about this. Not even the caterpillars. Now that I'm looking at the lore, this strange gem in this tree is just pushing energy out, and it's
You know
like
who does
electrical
know about
energy.
Ow.
The owl knows about it.
The owl knows about it. That's true. The owl senses the magic and is coming to get it, Mr. Crowley.
Who the hell's gonna come back?
No, everything will be all right, Sassafras.
Well, owl wants that gem. You know, we could like have it ready to offer to the owl.
We're here
Get
to
it out of the
solve
tree.
Okay. I need everybody to give me a strength save as you're standing around in the room and kind of breathing in the oppressive heat.
Heady doesn't like that.
No. Do you have 7 rerolls, just as a note?
Hazel's fine. I think Heady's going to use one.
Okay.
Nope, Heady still doesn't like that.
Ugh, I
Uh-oh.
failed on both of mine.
All right, everyone, I'm going to roll the d6.
We have 6 more rerolls, so
I guess I need to take.
Uh-oh. Oh, God. We may have a party wipe. We may
I
have...
re-rolled. I've used a reroll on Theodore, and he succeeded.
Who failed?
I think I failed, but I can't tell.
Heady
Okay, let me
failed.
take a look.
I think I did. Yes. I want to go ahead and re-roll.
Okay, reroll Willow. That puts you down to 4 rerolls, I think.
Come on.
So Hetty, you failed. Hetty, you're going to take
Yep.
6 fire damage.
Okay, that's bad news.
That's
Oh.
real bad.
I failed even worse. So,
Willow,
I'm
you will
gonna
take
use,
6 fire damage.
oh, that makes me very, very unhappy.
Heady stays awake though.
Hetty, you stay awake. Good.
Okay,
I'm
so
going to. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Mike.
I have to do a strength saving throw
Yeah.
after I reduce my strength.
Yeah, reduce your strength and do the save.
Whew,
Ooh.
Nice
Whoa,
save.
that's
quick
clutch.
save.
Chris, did you roll?
I succeeded.
Yeah,
You
he's
see, I see
staying.
it.
So Heady's gonna
Oliver-
run away. Heady's gonna run away from that thing.
Okay, so the gym is just emanating this heat, and you can tell that this is the thing that is causing this problem. And yeah, if you get to the outskirts of the room, you feel a little bit less in danger. I'm gonna roll a d6 to see what happens to some wood. Nothing happens.
Get that wood.
So you're good. But the wood around this is heat is hot as heck. And also you'll notice as you are coming closer to the or you first kind of came in and you're in the gym area, starting to get a better sense of what's going on. There's 6 more silverfish. But these silverfish look fixated on the gym. I'm sorry, not 6, D6. That 6 would be bad right now. Okay, just 5, that's all.
That's way different.
Wait, no problem. If there had been 6 earlier, you could have maybe killed the owl. No, wait. So they're like circling around. Actually, like this. They're sort of circling around the gym, kind of protecting it. They're scuttling about, very fascinated by the gym. You'll also notice there are 2 stairways that lead above the gym. You have to pass kind of through the hot area, but I don't know. Can you see my ruler?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll start using that as a pointer. This area, like through here, there's these 2 stairways that lead up into this canopy above. And you hear a bit of wailing up there.
Just so you know,
Wheelie,
Lucy,
wheelie.
since Oliver failed, he did take away more from his strength, and he failed his strength. So does that mean he goes unconscious?
Yeah, you're unconscious.
Oh,
Then I
can
would
we
have-
drag Oliver back over here where it's not so bad?
Yeah. Theodore would definitely start dragging his carcass.
So you drag him back, and you're able to like prevent him from dying. Like you can tend to him, and you're out of the area. So but when you pull yourself towards that direction, you see that there's kind of like a portion of the tree where the smoke is like billowing out very heavily. Like you can see it's kind of like the ventilation for the top part of all the smoke and everything. And you can see there's a bunch of termites scuttling around in the smoke. They look very confused and just like super agitated.
But can we get through there and climb up the tree? But then we
Like on
can't
the
get back
outside
in.
of the tree?
Yeah.
You could, yes. If you pass through this little area, you could in theory climb up the side of the tree. Now you are mice, so you do have some kind of like it would be perilous climb for sure.
Okay.
You could also try to get past the gym. The gym is the source of the problem. You could try to address that. Lots of choices.
No way, Mouse. I can't go back out there. They'll see me. And they'll get me. And then let me do the tests and the mazes. And don't let them get me. The electricity.
Well, I
Okay.
have something of a questionable thought. We could enlist the assistance of the silverfish below to convince their brethren here to abandon this crystal.
Maybe they should take the crystal with them and get it out of here.
Well, that
Yes.
even better. Perhaps I shall climb down the twine and enlist their assistance.
What if they come up here and then they see that crystal and they get all excited about it?
Well, that's why it was a questionable plan. That's the
So-
element of risk.
What if I just magic bullet the crystal and if it breaks and then it'll stop the heat, right? Or kill us in an explosion?
Yeah, not a fan of
Well,
that.
I'm afraid you know more about magic than I.
If it's got a lot of energy in it, we don't want it releasing all at once in a closed space. I know that much about science.
Well, maybe
Quite.
maybe convincing the silverfish is less risky. They're, I mean,
If our options are shoot the crystal or convince the silverfish, then yes, that is decidedly less risky.
Can't we take those stairs?
Theodore's gonna saunter over to as close as he can without taking any damage and just kind of shout and say, why don't you take that gem down to where your pond was? It can melt all the ice and you can have it as warm as you want.
Okay. So you're trying to like convince them to go help.
Yeah,
bring
he
like
wants
remove
them
the
to-
gem.
Try to move the gem down to where they came from so they can safely bypass it and go up to the tunnel over here.
Okay. Okay. Very good. Give me a will save with advantage because you're using your previous knowledge.
Nice roll.
Ooh.
Wow, that's really good. So you say this out to the silverfish, and they're just sort of like scuttling around, almost like doing like a ring around the mosey kind of situation. And like, you know, the crystal is great, the crystal is good, just like chanting, like they're enthralled with it. And then they hear you say that, and they say, remove the crystal? We could take it. And they're like sort of talking about like, but those sap dwellers, those fools who play all day, I don't know about them. They might be problem. They're kind of like debating, but then they think about it and they're like, I hadn't even thought. Let's see. And they start to try to move the crystal around, and they're having trouble getting it to come out, but they're digging at it.
we could help.
I ain't going in there.
Yeah, you'll take fire damage. It's hot.
It is hot.
But maybe
What if ooh, this is not my voice at all. This is a different voice entirely.
it's because you're getting your confidence back, Russ.
Oh man, I don't even know my voice anymore. Hey man, what if we call for the owl and the owl like doesn't kill us and instead takes the crystal? I mean, it probably would want to eat mice, but if it's got a crystal it's obsessed with, I mean, maybe the silverfish so they can duke it out while we escape through those stairs.
I do like a good gamble.
Can't believe I haven't killed any of your mice yet. This is so disappointing. An owl coming in
Heady's
might be
getting
good.
close.
Yeah. Same with Oliver. I mean, if he's gonna rest and wake up, I probably should roll some hit points for him, right?
Yeah, I'll say if you guys want to take a couple minutes to sort of like catch your situation, that's cool. You can roll some hit points.
I would like to do that.
Okay.
What my hit dice are. Hang on.
I'll roll for my one hit point.
It's a
Great. You'll have 3.
It's
So
it's
it
just a
didn't-
D6 plus 1.
Yeah.
D6 plus 1.
And that's
Okay,
how
then
many
I have
hit
to go
points
back
you
in
recover.
and roll. Hang on.
Well, I mean, we want to try calling that out. I can holler like some bitch.
The owl will come from this way. Look at this giant hole. We'll all be destroyed as it comes for the crystal.
Now that's thinking. That's thinking.
We gotta knock it down somehow, or convince them to take it somewhere else down.
What? I got a bow. I
Hey.
could try to shoot it, like knock it free.
I have a sling. I could try using my sling if you don't think it'll upset those critters over there.
Oh yeah, just say, oh, wrong voice again. Yeah, just like shoot at the top or something, dude.
But they're worshiping it. Won't they be offended by our behavior?
I don't know, just announce yourself or something, man.
They's like trying to move it. Maybe we knock it free. They move it easier.
Oh, do you want our help in dislodging this gem? And he kind of holds up his sling, like.
Give me a will save.
That was so close.
Oh gosh. Re-rolling it or are you sticking?
I'll re-roll it. Why not?
Yeah, you got an 11. That's not bad. Actually, a really good stat.
Yeah.
There we
Yeah,
go.
I say, and they look at you and they're a little bit unsure. It's like, well, if you can be careful and not crack it. Oh, that's the termites. Now I'm doing. If you can, I don't know what the hell these guys sound like. If you can't be careful, not crack the gym, then yes.
They were real laid back.
I think they're French, aren't they?
Please, crack the gym. No.
Right. So what I heard was shoot at it.
All right,
But
then
don't
on the
break it.
count of 3, let's aim for the. I mean, does it look like it's lodged anywhere?
Kind of lodged in the
particular?
bottom.
Okay.
That's where they're having trouble getting it. So they're gonna make a little space for you to like try to crack it out from the bottom, and it's like maybe calcified a little bit of sap is what's happening.
All right. Well, Heady will
Anyone
use
with
his
a
bow.
ranged weapon on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
All right, so we'll say that all the hits hit, of course, and they crack the sap, and the gem starts to totter, and then it falls down, and it starts to like slip away from the silverfish, and the gem is going to fall, roll down the hill, and into where the sap is, and crack a little bit. It actually doesn't crack; it just sort of like cracks up against something, and when it does, it starts to vibrate. And just then you hear a hooting owl sound, and the owl's face appears in this out of the sand.
Where is it again?
Where's the owl face?
It's right here. Yeah. And
No.
And the silverfish are like enraged, and they start to like some of them go down to try to get it, and then the 2 of them are like blaming you for this folly. And at the same time, the gym starts to like get violently energized with electricity. Sassafras, you start to panic as you see the electrical powers, and a creature emerges from the gym. This electrical being just like pulls out of the gym, and like it's like a Big Trouble in Little China. Like all the lightning bolts are just like everywhere, all throughout the area. And we're gonna have.
Tell you, I did not see that coming.
Yeah, and so everything is happening. It's 30 minutes left in the stream, so you're clear to go to the stairway now. The temperature of the room immediately starts to decrease with the gym discharged. All the sap down below completely melted again because the gym like bursts out all this energy, and like the tree just starts to like vibrate with heat, and you hear "Help me! Help! Help!" Yeah.
Oh hell!
And what
Run.
we're going to do, we're going to start with the owl. And the owl is going to poke his head in, and he's going to take a bite out of whoever this person is. Who's this?
That's Hazel.
Hazel? Hey, I feel like I bit Hazel a few times.
Disadvantage because he still has glue, or did he get the glue out of his eye?
He's got the glue off. And so he's going to take a bite out of Hazel. And it'll
Oh,
be 6 points of damage.
That is all of her hit points, but no strength damage.
Oh, man, Hazel's a tanky one. Look at that. Those gamblers.
The gambler apparently has a ton of hit points.
Yeah. So the owl's going to be pushing forward. It'll have trouble getting in all the way, but it's pushing in. And then the silverfish are going to go. And so this silverfish is going to bite you.
Teddy.
Teddy, you take
Theater.
4 points.
Yeah, so that'll take 2 of his 2, and then 2 of his strength, dropping him to 5 strength, and I will.
And this
roll
is fire damage, but it does not set you on fire.
roll again.
Looks like I go unconscious.
Oh no. So he will take that bite, and you drop.
I believe we have 3 rerolls.
That's true.
Right.
You want me to re-roll that one so he doesn't go
Mhm.
out?
Yeah, he's
I
worth
think
a
that might
shot.
not be a bad idea.
That was really close.
Oh, that's close. Yeah. My map is crashing, or my PDF is crashing with the rules, so we're flying blind. So then this other silverfish is going to go and take a bite.
We
out
won't notice
of
the difference.
Cheesemonger. Oh, am I going to kill both your characters, David? Uh-oh. 6 points.
Maybe you are.
All right, so he loses his 4 hit points. His strength is down to. Wait, you took away a total of 6?
Yeah.
So he's down to 1 strength.
Oh,
So it's
no.
reduced by 1 from your armor.
That's true, yeah.
I'm getting that with him. All right. All right, so he's down to 2.
Probably
Yeah.
not worth the reroll on
Yeah.
that.
Oh,
Nope.
All right, so Cheesemonger goes unconscious. So these two are unconscious. They're not dead, but they are they've passed out, and you know that if you don't do something for them in 6 rounds, is it 6 rounds or 6 turns? It might be 6 turns.
6 turns.
Yeah, 6 turns. They will be dead.
And a turn is each mouse's turn.
Oh, is that how they do
Right.
it? Okay, that makes more
I'm
sense.
asking. I don't know.
I don't know either. Let me see if I can open my Mausritter rules.
Each turn is around 10 minutes.
Oh, what? That's lame.
A turn is adventure site exploration time scale.
Oh, okay. So you've got plenty of time. Well, that's lame. Okay, that's fine.
Well, we all have to live to do it, though.
That's true. It's true. And then speaking of, it's your turn. So we'll start with Chris and go towards Maureen. So Chris, you're first.
So I'm gonna get away from this terrifying owl. I'm gonna come over here, and so the crystal is kind of rolled to the right. Or
The crystal's
down?
rolled downwards. Where this electrical guy is, that's where the crystal is.
Gotcha. All right.
And there's a stairway above the crystal. Like, you can go this way.
I'm gonna attack it with my sword.
Okay.
Sword.
3 points. And then on the silverfish, I'm assuming?
Yep.
Okay. So you skewer the silverfish. They were once your friends. These are the bad silverfish. These are the aristocratic elite silverfish.
Snobby French.
Let's not be French silverfish. And it doesn't die. It goes unconscious. It's effectively dead. You skewer it. Look at it, Teddy on the ground. He's wincing, and you take care of this silverfish. And then that brings us to David.
I got 2 unconscious mice.
You do. So I don't know if there's like death rolls or anything like that. So I think you're okay, Ed.
So Heady is going to charge up and try to hit this other silverfish with his axe.
Okay, you will hit. Roll the damage.
For 2.
Okay, not enough to trigger a save, but you bonk it on the head.
Hazel has a mirror. I want to try to use that to see if I can blind the owl. Is there light I can refract into the owl's eyes?
Yes, Teddy has. Well, Teddy, do you have your lantern on?
I think you told me that it was like using charges, so his is actually currently off.
I said that wrong though. I think it burns its charge every 6 turns.
Well,
Which means like
you
every
6
hour.
turns, so that'd be
Oh.
1 an hour. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, so you probably-
then he would have left it on and it's tied to his belt.
Yeah, so there is
All right,
that.
so Hazel will run over, kneel over that, and use her mirror to reflect that light in the owl's eyes.
That sounds like a dexterity check to me. Dexterity save.
Gotta blind the owl, man, any way you can.
Oh man!
Oh, that's so close.
I'm gonna use a reroll. I really want
Do
this
it.
to work.
Do it.
Do it. Oh no.
No.
So
No.
what happens is you turn to grab the mirror and you actually blind Sassafras. So just shine it right in his eyes.
It's the lights.
Oh
Do you
yeah,
have-
what's going on?
it just right in your face.
Look out! I saw the claws.
All right, cool, very clever idea. Maureen, it is your turn.
Okay, so I'm going to take my spool one last time. And because I took the red off of it, but I didn't roll it, but I'm going to go ahead and roll it at the owl. And see what
Okay.
happens.
Give me also a dex save.
Okay.
This is the last of your thread. You're rolling it down this hill and all the smoke and chaos, lightning bolts.
Oh no.
That's okay. So that's a fail. And so what's going to happen is you're going to roll it towards the owl, and it's going to, just in the chaos, it won't unspool quite the way you're expecting. It just kind of rolls past the owl, and the owl pushes forward a little bit. And in fact, that brings me to my turn, and the owl is going to push forward, and I think it's going to take a bite out of you, Willa.
No.
No.
Yeah. And it's like, where's the gem? 7 points of damage.
Yeah.
So you'll take-
Well, Willa can't really answer at this point
Uh,
because she would have.
It's true. So
If
take
you're
the 4
hoping-
damage off. And no, you can't. I'll tell you what, you can answer. This is not, I mean, there's no turn order really. Take your damage. So take 4 off
took
your
the
hit points, and then take
And
3 off your strength.
Right. So as I'm fainting away here before I roll my my strength saving throw, it's down where you found us the first time. Would have told you. And now I'm going to go ahead and do the strength.
Okay.
No.
So I think, hold on, I hate to be the bearer of bad news. I think you're been subtracting from your max and not your current. Because your
No, I had
strength is
7 and I subtracted 3 and I had
Yeah.
4 hit points back. So that 7 was 4. I took all of my hit points back off and then subtracted the
Yeah.
3 from the 7.
But your strength is 4, not 9, right?
No, my max strength was 9. I already took the 3. Okay.
But you're taking them off the wrong one in the strength column because your roll should have been against your current, not your max.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
Okay, so
and
let
it
me
doesn't
go
really
ahead and-
matter. It doesn't matter too much. I mean, in the sense that like we know your strength is 4, so like don't worry about the and then your
Yeah,
max is 9.
I see what you're saying. Sorry about
Yeah.
that.
No, don't
I
worry about
was-
it. But unfortunately, you rolled an 8, so there is
I'm
one reroll
unconscious.
left. There's one reroll left. You want to use it?
Yeah.
I think you gotta.
Yeah, might as well, man.
Okay.
Might as well. Let's roll it.
Okay.
I should have had like save rerolls and damage rerolls. Damage rerolls aren't really that exciting though. You did it!
Nice.
You made it. So you are not unconscious. You are alive. And is it currently my guys doing stuff? I think it is. So the lightning dude is going to do he's going to charge up and attack. And he starts to like absorb energy. Did I skip people? Nah, I think I'm good. Starts to skip people, whatever. And he charges up his energy and he hits this silver fish next to him. This is one of the ones that was a good one. And it will die or it'll go unconscious. And this sucker is now charging up. Just like energy just like flowing out of him. He's going to do something big. And this other silverfish is going to go after you,
Eddie?
Hetty. 3 points.
That's my hit points.
Oh, look at that. Very good. So you're still up. All right.
Yep.
So we'll go back to Chris.
Right. So I'm blinded right now.
Yeah, what am I going to say? Just you have disadvantage on any like physical attacks.
Okay. And what is the protocol or requirement for bringing people out of consciousness? Is it just like shaking them?
Yeah, just take your turn to stabilize them. That would be fine. But remember, like, I misread the rules. You could totally wait till. Oh, you want to like you want to like get him back to health, like 1 hit point, like
Yeah.
wake up. So I think you have to have a spell to do that, or you have to have like an item or something. But you can keep him from dying. But I think you're probably better off like dragging them. Now, if you're out of combat, you can take a minute and you can recover them.
Okay.
You
Well,
might
let's
as
end
well
this
just-
combat then.
Yeah, try to get that last guy out of the way if you can.
Let me
I
see.
am going to.
I'm curious
see.
what the. Okay, yeah. Go ahead. I was trying to figure out what the restore spell did, but whatever.
Yeah, I don't have it. Unless my character dies, then I will.
Yeah, then another mouse pops up. You do have a third mouse that may be up there in the canopy, David, if everybody dies.
That's right.
So yeah, I'm going to stumble over here and I'm going to swing with my sword again.
Okay. So what we'll do, since advantage doesn't really make sense in this world, I just realized, or disadvantage on swings, just roll the damage twice and we'll take the lowest.
Okay. Or I could do it impaired.
Sure. Oh yeah, do it impaired. There you go. That's it. Smart.
Yeah,
2
now it's a
points.
D4 instead of a D6.
Okay. Yeah, I forgot that. That's a good tool to use. I keep forgetting about. And you do it. Yay! That sucker had already been hurt from Heady, and so it goes unconscious. So all the silverfish that are upstairs causing you problems are unconscious, but you still have the owl kind of worming its way through. It doesn't seem like it can get through very fast, but it is there. And that'll bring us to David. You're unconscious. Ed.
All right. Well, Hazel still has all of her strength, so she's gonna lift Theodore up and run up the stairs.
Okay, cool. And you will do that, no problem. Theodore, you'll get up there. And I can tell you what, roll a strength check to see how far you go. A strength save. You go halfway.
I rolled poor. Hetty's also going to run away. Well, Hetty is going to try to get Oliver up.
Cool.
But Hetty has lost half of his strength.
Yeah, give it a roll. See how far you go. Might have that like mama
Just try
bear
to
surge of energy.
Get away from this owl.
Okay, you'll get halfway. So I'll move you like there. Okay. And then finally, Marine, you're face to face with the owl. It's just shredded you a bit.
Well, I'm going to run as fast as I can away from the owl. But remind it, I told you, down and run. So
Okay.
how far can I run?
You can make, if you're just running, you can get all the way up to the stair, all the way up the stairs. Yeah, right there. That's good. Good deal. And Maureen, when you or Willa, when you make it up there into this chamber, you will see what you probably suspected that you would see is you see a princeling caterpillar. He's stuck up in the he's clinging to like a high branch at the top of the room. This is like a canopy area, right? He's stringing this to this branch, and you're actually, I guess you're outside the tree. This is the canopy.
That looks like.
Yeah, so you made your way up like through the center of the tree, and you see that the prince is like trying to escape away from the gym, basically, and he's stuck up here where the flames have gotten out of control, and he's clinging to a branch, and he looks weathered. It looks like he's been hanging there for a while, but he's a caterpillar. And in this room, you did take the okay. So the Ember Gem is not extinguished, right? And so as you come up there, you'll also notice that a couple of the branches just periodically as you step up, just catch on fire. Like the tree is still burning because the gem's agitated. And you also notice that a couple of interesting things hanging from the branches are the prized ember leaves. These are the leaves that people they sell them. They're like rare leaves from the tree that are particularly helpful for medicines and concoctions, and you just see a bunch of them hanging above where the prince is at. And you're outside the tree.
Okay, so I've just run all the way up here, right?
Yeah.
And I don't have any more movement.
Yeah, that's it. You're all the way up.
Okay. Guys, there's ember leaves up here. I don't know if anybody can hear me, but I'm saying it anyway.
Yeah, they can all hear you as they're like staggering together as you run right past them. They're all like limping with each other.
Oh, and a caterpillar with a crown.
And it's at this point that the elemental releases his energy, and he's going to roll a 10-point damage. Every single silverfish in this room is fried. They're all instantly killed.
That's so sad.
Yeah. It's 10 points of damage to every silverfish that's around it.
Sizzlefish.
And when that happens, yes, definitely. So, well, they had their fun, and they're all gone, including the one that's unconscious. It's also dead. When that happens, the elemental, you wouldn't necessarily see this unless you're looking down the hole. Whatever the hell, it's a narrative. Elemental flies through the hole the owl made, and it's gone. And the gem stops humming and stops thrumming with energy. The tree is still on fire, and the prince is still in danger, but you're not in combat, and the gem has been extinguished. So, but the prince is up there, and he just suddenly you hear a cracking noise, and the branch he's on is starting to crack.
Well, come on down here. Grab some leaves on your way.
Well, Heady's real big and fat, and he's gonna get under him and say, "You can land on me. I'll cushion your fall."
I'm going to step to the side, someplace safe where I can't get burned, so that the caterpillar can go beside me and get down.
Anyone else taking any actions?
Hazel will tend to. She was carrying Theodore, so she'll tend to him, so he's stable.
Yeah, what I'll do is those of you who are David, your characters, just roll hit points for them.
All right.
Actually, I guess everyone, you can roll hit points. Why not?
Thank
I mean, it's
you.
10-20, but might as well. So we'll say that this takes like a minute. You're taking a breather, kind of like limping and keeping each other up. Nobody's dead. So you had your hit points. And then you hear a screeching, hooting sound. And the owl has come out from the other side of the tree and is swooping down in a mad rage on the prince. And the prince is going to make a jump for it. So you all can take out your anything you have saved up for the situation. The owl comes dive bombing. The prince is going to jump. Anything anybody plans to do to help the situation out, let me know. I know, Heady, you're going to be a cushion, right?
Yep.
Oliver would help try to catch him. And
Okay.
I don't know if Theodore could like take a swing at the owl as it comes in, but he would try to hit it with his axe.
Okay.
I'd try to hit it with it doesn't matter. My needle, but I'd still try.
Okay, so
I'd like to
who's
magic
attacking
missile.
the owl? Oh, magic missile the owl?
Yeah.
All right. So what we'll do is this. Everyone who's giving me an attack on the owl's going to come close enough for an attack. So go ahead and roll me attacks. Just all get one attack on the owl. Magic missile does 5. And it's magic damage, right? I think armor still helps. Okay. Okay. And then the axe did 2.
Hazel
Oops.
threw another pebble at it.
Okay, 2. And then needle, well, Wheela, you did
Nice.
6 points of damage. But the owl's still coming.
Imagine she hit it in
He
the
bit
eye because
me.
everything we do is blinding this thing. We're trying to.
Yeah, so you did you did 10 damage total. I mean, you did a lot of damage, but there's a lot absorbed by the armor. And the owl is hurt, it's stunned, but it's keep coming, it's dive bombing because it thinks you have the gem someplace in here. It understands it's down below, or you said that, but it thinks you're lying. And he's like, give me the gem! And he just comes dive bombing. All the while, I need a advantage dex save from Heady. And who else was helping with the
Oliver was helping Heady.
Okay. Okay, well that'll count for the advantage then. And so an advantage deck save. Heady, the caterpillar prince comes falling down. He's a plump boy himself. And his crown goes flying, his little crown of tinsel, and he lands squarely on you. He's holding 2 of those ember leaves that he was told to take with him. They're worth 200 pips each. And he lands on you and he squishes you, but Oliver's there to kind of steady you. And so it all goes down okay. And then the owl is going to get a turn and he's going to take a bite out of a random character. It won't be the characters it'll be one of the 4 up top. So roll a d4 and I'll go in the order that I roll it. So it's going to be Willa. So Willa, you stabbed this owl right in the face with the needle, and it is enraged, and it's going to snip at you with 8 damage. And Willa, that is all you got.
Okay, so that's it. I'm dead.
And so the way that this goes, it's a cinematic moment where everyone is sort of like doing a little bit of damage, and pretty much everyone did like a point of damage after the armor to the owl. But you thrust that needle right through the armor, right as the owl's pushing down, and then its beak just goes and just grabs you around the neck, and it's got you, and you're everyone's like no, and you're getting like strung around. Just I don't know how owls kill things, but like it's got you. Maybe snipped your
They
head off.
throw them up in the air and then they snap, and I'm going to be eaten.
Yeah, so it
Just
grabs you
swallow
up, and
whole.
it's trying to do that. It's trying to throw you up because you've stabbed it, but you've pierced in, and your needle's holding you to him. So he tries to throw you. It kills you, but you don't have the indignity of being swallowed just yet. And I'll let everybody else up there take one more shot at attacks. Your magic missile, I believe, is out, right?
Yeah, is a 4
Sounds
count
impressive.
as losing
Yeah,
spot.
it's 4, 5, or 6, I believe.
Theodore, in a fit of rage, goes for Willa and just buries his axe into the owl's, I don't know, wing.
All right, and so we'll do this in order. Your attack first. The owl makes a saving throw, succeeds, and
Heady
then
doesn't get through the armor.
Heady doesn't get through the armor. Just ching, bounces right off the natural armor of the owl. But Hazel gets a nice blow with the dagger. 5 more points of damage, 4 of which go
swing with
through.
the sword or just.
Well, are you up there?
Oh no, I'm not really up there.
Okay, that's okay. I was keeping you safe from the bite earlier because of that, so I think it's okay.
Ooh,
And I have 1 reroll left. I actually have 3 rerolls left. I'm rerolling it. Nope, didn't matter. So you stab in. That needle is in the owl. It takes the moment to try to like finish off Willa and swallow, but just doesn't get it and can't pull her away. She's clutching that needle even in her death, and that allows you all to get your last volley of blows on the owl, and you take it down. And Crowley lands on the ground, and all these ghosts just go, and like 30 ghosts shoot into the night sky in the midst of all the flames as they start to kind of die down.
Is one of them Willa?
At this point, yes. Bye, guys.
Willa comes out like a force ghost.
Bye, guys.
We'll bury you back in town.
A certain point of view.
Yeah, so you were that's it. So it is 10:27, and
Yay.
you have rescued the Crown Prince Brand. His name. He's the Crown Prince of the Ember Tree. He's alive. You have a couple Ember Tree leaves yourself, and you're gonna get some treasure, which I know doesn't mean anything, but just for fun, why not? And you can choose to either take treasure from the tree or treasure from like a special treasure from this adventure, which I forgot about, or you can take a treasure from the regular treasure table. And I'll give you the options. Well, let's roll. We'll make it rolls because it's not so much. It's rolling just to see like what's available. So if you want it from this adventure, roll a d6. And if you want it from the treasure table, roll a d20. Just one. Hazel, you get another Ember Leaf. You find a third Ember Leaf. They're worth 200 pips. Theodore, you are getting something really interesting. So I'll come back to you in a second. Actually, I'll tell you right now. So Theodore, you're sort of like mourning over your friend Willow's death, and Oliver, oddly, as well. You're both mourning over Willa, and you're kind of like, you walk through the trees, you're on your way out, and you each notice... You each notice a shard of electricity that's like almost like frozen into the sap. It's odd looking, and when you pluck it out, it is a spear. It's a D10 spear that does damage to dexterity. It's a Thunderstruck spear. So you each get a Thunderstruck spear, and then for everybody
More
else,
theme music.
that's right. Chris, you're going to get a 15 on the treasure table, which I've closed this. Why did I even give this an option?
It is D6 times 10, purse containing 30 pips.
Nice.
Cool. And Heady found a useful treasure.
All right. Is there a useful treasure table?
Yeah.
Let's see what it is.
It is another hireling.
Another
lost mouse
hireling?
willing to help.
Whoa. That's amazing.
You are the hero of heroes.
Yeah, so I'll say that you can, it would be nice if you have, I'm going to give you, Chris, do you mind if we use your mouse as the hireling, Iris? Iris shows up, and it's basically a cleric with a bow, and she has a restore magic, and she unfortunately is not able to save Willa's corpse, especially since our ghost has like parted ways with you already.
That's too bad. If I'd known, I would have stuck around.
I know, right? She could have done something. No, but she does have healing magics, and Iris will join your cadre of people. So there you go. That is our game. So we wrapped up 10:30. Appreciate everybody sticking around and making the game happen to the players and people hanging out in the chat still. All the donations. Lots of things came through. Nice. We got to one of the giveaways already, which is cool. Very excited about that. I didn't see Alex. Have you last call? Okay, so he's doing the last call. So we'll do the last call for the giveaway. But again, thank you all for all the donations, and Alex, thank you for bringing in the owl. It was a fun addition to the situation. And yeah, this is Mausritter. And
that was a fun game.
Yeah,
Yes, it was.
Yeah, it was fun, and yeah, y'all did a great job playing with the looser rules, and it's an interesting system. It's so loose that you kind of just like goof off and have fun. I don't know, I like it. It's a nice change of pace from some of the crunchier things. Like when I think I did Lancer last time I did a charity game. It's like the opposite of Lancer.
The exact opposite of Lancer.
It's like, you almost don't even have character sheets in this game. It's like I'm a mouse. I don't know. I die.
You really have 3 stats.
Yeah, 3
But
stacks.
really, we did great as a little teeny tiny mouse band. I mean,
You
only
did.
one
You
of us
actually-
died.
You
We
did good.
and
Only one of you died.
Oliver and Theodore carry you back to, what was it, Brickton or whatever our home town was, and gave you a hero's burial.
Oh, thank you. If my spirit were still there to say thank you, she would.
Oh, your force ghost is off in the side during the funeral.
Awesome.
Yeah, the flames will go out in the tree, by the way. So you do save the tree by freeing the lightning elemental. You also could take the gem. I should have offered that. I should have made that clear. You may not want to, but you can. You can use it to summon more lightning elementals. But yeah, that's the game, Mausritter. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. The way this game
The
is supposed to
shifty
go. What's that?
It's like shifty one.
Oh yeah, Shifty. Nice. Good deal.
That's Percy.
Hi.
Yeah, it's
I haven't seen
Percy.
him in a while.
I almost, you know how I want to call him Dane so much. Like I just keep like, oh yeah, it's Dane. No, it's Percy. Yeah, nice. Congrats. Very cool. But yeah, one thing that's I think is neat about this system is it's really meant to be hex crawl, and I didn't do that because I just it was just too much work to set up. But I was basically, the idea is like you do like a traditional D&D hex crawl, you randomly generate a map with all kinds of different factions and such, and you just say like, hey, go explore and do things, and it's kind of neat in a way, sort of old school, in a way extremely rules light. So I don't know, it's a cool little system. It was fun to play. Thank y'all for doing that, and also players, again, just thank y'all for being willing to do something without any guidance at all.
Yeah.
Thanks
We
for
were looking
running
at the
it. It was
rule
a lot of
book,
fun.
That was so much fun.
It was.
Yeah, I appreciate
And
that.
that was a
So
sincere thank you to Alex for the owl.
yeah, for real.
Honestly,
Owl.
I think the owl was important to that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It added a lot to the narrative.
Yeah, I would have had to like make the elemental more meaningful or something, but that area of effect D12 is spooky.
Yeah.
It takes 2 turns, but yeah. So a couple of things to close out then. We're going to be playing games every single day this week. So there's a schedule in our Discord if you haven't come out yet. And if you didn't figure out from our giveaway that we're doing a giveaway every $500. And we tend to do a lot of giveaways. So I mean, we tend to get more than $2,000. I'm certain we will. So there maybe even be some more stuff to happen. But yeah, check out our schedule. I am blanking on tomorrow. Is tomorrow Ike's game or Gabe's game? I'm missing.
Gabe's
pull
game
this.
is on the 12th.
No, tomorrow's the game I'm in. So yeah, sorry. Tomorrow we're going to be playing a kind of more of a mystery style D&D 5e game. It's Candlekeep Mysteries.
Oh, cool.
And I am playing in that. The Curious Tale of Asteria Vale. I am playing a lizard detective. So we're kind of more like an like a private eye type lizard folk. But yeah, Maureen, I was sort of like simultaneously inspired by Paul's character in our Eberron game and the lizard people. I was like, that'd be fun just to play one. Yeah. I did have a long session. I also had a long couple months. Things have been really crazy with work right now. But anyways, that's all. I'm gonna wrap up. Thank y'all for hanging out. Thanks everyone in the chat for participating, and I'm gonna sign off. That's all. And yeah, Center for Suicide Awareness, awesome organization. Please continue to donate. I know I will be wreaking havoc on other people's games the rest of this week myself. And that is all. Okay, signing off.